Have you ever wondered how artists create such an epic sense of scale in their work? Hello there, in this video we're going to explore how artists create a sense of scale, how we can use those principles, and share some common pitfalls at the end of the video. Let's get started. The very first principle is contrast of size. When starting out your piece, there are some really fundamental and abstract elements that trick our brain into seeing scale. If we have a plain old cube with no relation to anything, we don't have a very strong idea of how big it is. But most of us might say that's, it's in human scale, maybe a bit smaller, maybe half a meter to 1.5 meters. But if we put a smaller object next to our cube, then suddenly we start feeling a sense of scale. Not exactly in measurable units, but we do feel that the original cube is larger somehow. This technique of contrast or comparison is super common in art. Simply contrasting something smaller with something larger helps us see how big it is. Like in this piece from Ethan where we see Drake contrasted against the massive head-like ruins. Or in this shot from Quentin with the tiny boat contrasting the massive ruins in the background. How small these objects are in frame really underline the scale of the ruins. The second principle has to do with how we experience the world as humans. Let's look at camera angles. Seeing our setup from 3 different camera angles, we can see the effect it's having on our perception and understanding of the scale. Number 1 has a pretty neutral camera angle and it makes our cube feel within human scale, however it's still hard to tell. Number 2 has a camera tilted upwards and it feels like we, the viewer, are looking up at the cube and therefore it feels larger. In number 3 we have our camera tilted down and therefore everything feels smaller because it feels like we're looking down at the object. But this angle could also give us a better sense of the scale as we're getting more of an overview, but it doesn't give us the same grandiosity we're seeing in number 2. In this piece we get an epic sense of scale and we can really feel how the upwards angle makes us look up so we can fully see the towering heights. In this painting from Flora, we are looking down at everything, so everything feels smaller, but it does show a great sense of depth, which can show massive scale even though we're looking down, so the principles can be applied differently here. There's a third angle I would like to mention. I call it the satellite. This camera angle involves a lens with a high millimeter or a long focal length. It typically flattens out the image a bit, however, it has a feeling that we the observer is quite far away, like on a plane or in outer space. And the understanding of scale has a slightly delayed comprehension. At first we might look at this piece in the top and think, oh, humans could be here, but then we see the floating ships around it and we get a much better understanding of the scale. And we can truly tell how massive it is. So working with the camera can be a great addition to visualizing your epic scale. I'm also building a piece on the side here, and I will have the viewer looking upwards to really feel the scale. The fourth principle is super interesting. We're talking about proportions. If we look at this piece by Oliver, we are met by these towering structures and their tapered upper halves that turn into spires. This tapering serves 2 purposes. Physically and constructionally, it is easier and more stable to reduce weight over time, which you know if you've stacked cards before. But it also creates a trick of perspective. Tapered structures makes us believe that they are much taller than they are, because how it is emulating the effects of perspective. This was a common technique while building the early skyscrapers, like the Chrysler and Empire State Building. This principle also counts for organisms. Because of what is known as the square cube law, which in basic terms means if you double the height of an organism, you usually have to quadruple the weight. So the physics applied change, and therefore bone density and so on can no longer keep up unless you compensate somehow. This is quite clearly seen in something like Attack on Titan, on the Colossal Titan. We can see they have designed it with massive column legs, thinned out arms, and made a tiny head, all to emphasize the forces that are at play on this massive body. Another place we can see this in effect is on the giants from Game of Thrones. Here we can see the proportional differences between our giant and tiny Tormund. It's okay, we still love you.
I know that.
On top, the sometimes silly proportions of the T-Rex's human-sized arms actually help to underline and frame the creature's actual scale. There's no one way to make your creature, but overall to make your creature feel larger, think of how you can balance out its features to match the physics and help sell the creature. Well, I will for sure create a few tapered towers around my main structure and taper the main one a little bit. The fifth principle is a tricky one. I call it relative scale. In this piece by Paul, we see a flying carrier ship, and we also see tiny people in yellow jackets. Looking around the ship, we see objects that are made to fit human scale, like the railing on the ship sides. The human eye is quite sensitive to scale, so when objects that we expect to have a certain height, but doesn't, we lose our sense of scale. So everything in this scene, like window heights, cockpit sizes and doorways, will have to be within a relative scale. Windows can be many different sizes, however the details around the windows can be tricky. If you imagine a window set in a building with a cross, if you simply took the same window and scaled it up, that wouldn't feel quite right, because we would assume that the frames around the windows would be the same to line up architecturally. So instead we want to do something like this. Staying consistent can sometimes really make or break the scale of your image. Well, I better scale in those windows a bit. Much better. The sixth principle is great fun. Repetition. Repetition is one of those principles that are just fun and easy to implement, and they always help show the scale very well. Take this illustration made by Martin here. The massive column-like structures don't quite look like anything we have here on Earth, and most certainly this scale is beyond human capabilities as of now. But by repeating the massive structures between the clouds, we can so easily tell that we're dealing with massive constructions. This example is also great as it really underlines how massive these trees really are. Using repetition here is quite neat because we do have trees that look similar to these, so we could confuse the scale at first glance, but seeing them repeated like this shows us how they're towering over the grasslands. You can also have supporting elements repeated around the subject to show scale. I in particular like this illustration from Connor and how it shows depth and scale through the train track bridges. The repeated arches really help sell the perspective for the scene. Well, I might as well duplicate a few structures around and sell the scale of my piece. Texture and detail. The seventh principle. This principle relates to relative scale a little bit. Quite often when you need to make something large, it is just more likely it will have more detail on it. So adding detail and texture can help emphasize the size. A great example is Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. This massive tower applies a great assortment of varied shapes and sizes to the structure, truly making it feel epic and huge. This technique is quite often used in science fiction, and artists have given this kind of detail the name greeble. And adding all this greeble detail really emphasizes the perceived scale on this famous Star Destroyer. And even though your object might be built smooth, adding breakups to imply a more realistic building process can really sell the scale, like here on the Death Star. Another idea of texture is that larger objects tends towards being more rough than smaller objects. By this I mean that it's just more common to see larger things become more rough because the slight imperfections are more difficult to manage, which is shown quite clearly on these skyscraper windows. Each window placed is quite smooth and acts pretty much like a mirror, but when they are all put together, the slightest imperfections in alignment means the overall reflection appear rougher, even though the individual windows are perfect. We can see the same effect with the sun being reflected in the Earth's ocean. The reflection is there but quite rough, just from the unevenness of the waves. Theoretically we could make a perfect giant mirror, it is just less likely to see it. I'm going to make something similar to Barad-dûr, and adding lots of little detail variations to my scene will help bring it further. And I'll also make sure my textures are a bit more rough. The eighth principle will really sell the depth and realness of your picture. We're gonna look at atmospheric perspective. In this towering piece, we can see the structures fading into the background. Having your structures be so big that you have a noticeable change in atmosphere must mean that we are dealing with a scene of epic proportions. Additionally, atmospheric particles, and especially dust, are a little bit heavier than air, so they tend to settle closer to the ground, which is something we can see quite well in this piece by G. We can see it has this thick rolling atmosphere separating the different layers of the castle, resting down there at the bottom, leaving the top almost clear from atmospheric perspective. You will also sometimes see the same effect in between mountains. If we want to take it a step further, we should make a use of clouds. Having massive structures or cliffs reaching so high up that clouds intersect really helps sell the colossal heights of our subject, shown beautifully here by Min. And even though it is a more loosely painted illustration, where we wouldn't really be able to tell how big the cliffs are by themselves, the clouds really sell that these cliffs are reaching the heavens. I for sure want to see that in action. I'm gonna add some atmospheric perspective here, bleed out the top a bit, and add some epic clouds. The ninth principle is most likely the one you've all been waiting for: recognizable scale, also called birds for scale sometimes. The idea is to place something of a known size in the picture that we can relate to. Humans are a great indicator for scale, because we're human. So seeing a human relative to your subject makes it possible for the viewer to imagine themselves there and really feel the scale. In this illustration, for example, the humans lets us, combined with some repetition, truly understand the massive arch hanging above them. Another very common recognizable scale is using birds, also called birds for scale, as we can see in this illustration from Ankush. They really sell the enormity of the godlike ruin. Birds are easy to place in the picture because they're flying, so you could put them anywhere and they just give a sense of life and wonder to the image. Like in this picture from Jamie, seeing them swarm around this giant robot just gives it a movement of scale. I also really like the use case here in TJ's work. The birds are not really there to show scale, the human sort of takes care of that, but it does give an indication of the massive heights the warrior is located at, and that adds a whole lot of drama to the scene, which might not have been entirely clear without the birds. But really, any flock of animals or objects of known scale can be used, like in this underwater scene from Roma, where small schools of fish surround this mysterious supersized diver suit. Which is truly what I find awesome about these principles. Once you know them, you can use them to defy our expectations. Another example of recognizable scale is using little known environments to show the scale of something we're not too familiar with. Here we are seeing these massive carrier ships again, and the scale of the dock's environments around it helps us understand the rough scale of everything, as it is much easier for us to relate to the scale of cranes and containers than this carrier ship. Well, I better play some humans and birds for scale. Oof, we're getting closer. Nice. The final and 10th principle is special effects, or effects for short. When we look at the water falling in this image by Jessica, the size and breakup of the water helps us see the scale. If the scene was much smaller, the liquid would feel thicker and more sticky because of the way surface tension works. But when we go larger, it has a different feel. So this principle is really about how effects react at different scales, a bit similar to relative scale but for effects. Here we see a landscape of ruins by Ricky, and on those ruins we see thick overgrowth. But we also see there is a cutoff point of the overgrowth, where you may be getting too high up for the plants to reach, either because of the weight or the natural limitations of how high up in the atmosphere plants can grow. So you could use the growth lines to show the tallness of your scene. Also, if you're capturing a sense of movement in your image, like this one by Junling, these titans might be dragging massive plumes of dust and smoke with them. And note that the look of smoke also varies as it gets bigger and smaller. I definitely think I will add some overgrowth to my scene and make it cut off at a certain and thanks for watching.
If you knew with certainty that today was the end of the world, how would you spend that final day? So, for instance, I've always wanted to smash up a bar. Do you know what I mean? It's strange, but I've always wanted the exhilaration of just smashing all those bottles, like you see in a film.
But would you enjoy it as much, knowing that you're going to die in 8 hours?
I don't know, I suppose it's the sense of abandon, you know? I mean, maybe I'd murder a person. You know,
Wow.
just see, you know, I don't know, but I think I'd probably go mental.
Because that's
I've always been a very reserved person, you know. I've never got into a fight, never caused a rumpus.
Yeah, but that's a worrying thought, because we don't have to have the end of the world for it to be the end of your world, because a lot of people know that they're terminally ill, so they don't go around smashing up bars and killing people.
But I suppose I know there'll be no repercussions ultimately, because
They're gonna
the
die
next day
anyway.
everyone's gone, so
Yeah,
there's not going to be mourning families.
But then how dare you deprive that person of his last 8 hours or 10 hours of life?
I don't care, because it's the last day on Earth.
What would you do?
I've always wanted to kick a duck up the arse. A dog has got human eyes. If a jellyfish had a pair of eyes like ours, I probably wouldn't worry about him that much. But like I said to you, it's that way that they haven't got eyes, they're floating about. I can handle some fish. They look like us. They've got eyes. You can make eye-to-eye contact with them. A jellyfish, what are you looking at? It's a snidey thing, like I've said to you. You can see a lot in eyes. Do you know what I mean? They say, don't trust him. Why? It's his eyes. Jellyfish haven't even got any, and I don't trust them. In terms of design and everything, and if you lined everything up, say if I'd come from another planet and everything was lined up in a row, and they said, right, we're going to give you a crash course in what's knocking about on this planet.
Yeah.
And you go, right, go on then. And you go, this is man, here's a woman, here's a dog, here's a cat, here's an octopus, I go, hang on a minute, what is this? So I said, right, I'm seeing Clive Warren.
That's Clive Warren!
Who's Clive Warren?
The one who was in Closer.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen.
Right, all right.
Did they look at you like you're a fucking idiot?
So they all started trying to figure out, who's this Clive Warren we've not heard about? He must be amazing. He's on
Clive Warren, get me Clive Warren on the phone. Get me Clive Warren.
And I said, Rebecca De Mornay, right?
What?
Oh, where did that come
She
from?
hasn't been in a film for 15 years, has she?
Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay. They thought he was a genius. They've never thought of putting Clive Warren with Rebecca De Mornay.
But hang on a minute, you could have any film star. This is your fantasy casting, and you choose a bloke that doesn't exist and a woman who hasn't been on TV or in a film for 10 years.
Oh, God.
He said, what you've got to do when you go to sleep, focus on your toe, right?
Okay.
He said, and just think about nothing else. I said,
He's a witch. Did he say you to put a toad under the bed?
no, he just said, focus on the toe and see how you go on and what have you. Next time you come in, let me know. Anyway, I gave this a go, focusing on the toe.
So what does this mean? You mean you sat in bed staring at your toes?
No, this is it. He said, like, lie down,
Visualising
shut
it.
your eyes and sort of look at it, sort of thing. So I was lying there, and it just wasn't working because
Oh, Carl, this isn't medicine.
I was,
You
even though
were
my
thinking of a
eyes-
finger.
Well, no,
He found out he was thinking of someone else's toe. Next day,
doesn't
someone
work.
called up and said, Carl, my toe's better.
no, the problem was I was still using my eyes even though I had them shut.
Oh, God! Just when I think he could never come up with something stupid, he pulls that one out of the bag!
Right. Jake has emailed in. He says, Carl, if you could spend a day with an exact replica of you, okay, so somehow they've cloned you, Carl, and you've got him for one day, what would you do with this? What would you make him do? What conversation would you have with him? What would you do? Is there anything you could, how would you utilise him for one day?
Well, they'd both say, I'm not bothered, and that'd be the end of conversation.
What would do me head in is, does he think the same way, look the same way,
Exactly
dress
the
the
same.
How would I know which one I was?
Because you'd be you.
That's amazing.
No, no,
How would I know which
That's
one I was?
incredible.
No, because-
that is the most stupid thing ever said by a human being. Can we get the Guinness Book of Records on this? Has anyone anywhere in the world said anything more stupid than, how would I know which one was me?
But think about it. This other person's going, all right, thanks for meeting up and that. And I go, hang on a minute. No, you came to me. And then Suzanne would come home and she wouldn't know the difference. And then suddenly you'd start doubting yourself. And you go, should I be leaving? Or... So how do I know if I am that real one, if he knows what I know?
But you know who you are because you're experiencing
it. But he'd
it.
be saying that because he'd say, yeah, it is a bit weird.
But you know the truth, you idiot.
How would I know which one I was?
What are you? I don't know really. It's just.
No, I'm just a mate. We're mates. That's what we are, really. It's just that it's just that this is what we do as well. You know, if we were cab drivers, we'd do stuff when we were at work cab driving, whereas we're in film and TV. What?
What do you mean?
We'd do something. We'd have bets like who could pick up the weirdest person, wouldn't we? We'd take pictures secretly in the mirror.
It's tiring.
What, having me as a mate?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what he said about me once? He said something your friendship with Ricky. He said, he's like an iron lung. I need him, but I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. But you must have friends that are annoying and you go, oh, and you can't get rid of them. And then when you move, you think, well, tell them the address. I could just disappear now.
You didn't tell me your address, but I followed you.
I know, he did. Can you believe that? You didn't just follow me, you chased me. I'm not joking.
Did he really?
Yeah. I told him, I said, I'm going home in a minute, and I thought, oh no. And it's when I lived in town, and his office was only down the road, and he didn't know where I lived. And he said, I'm going to follow you. And I walked really fast, legging it down Googe Street.
With the bloke from the office running after you.
Yeah.
You weren't famous.
Honestly,
then.
I got in, like, Suzanne said, what's wrong? I said, Ricky's been chasing me. And she wanted to go out, so we can't go out yet, he might be out there.
That's weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
If you get, I mean, I think I read that, like, a big chunk of ice fell off one of the ice, what do you call them?
Caps.
Ice caps. Something like, I think they said it's the size of the Empire State Building or something.
Right.
It snapped off and went into the water, and it's melted. And they said, oh, it's bad news, you know, that something that size is melting. But the way I look at it, if something that size falls into the water, it's like a big ice cube, and it's gonna freeze it up again. You with me?
Not really, Carl.
Go on.
Right, you get a giant ice cube, the size of the Empire State Building, stick it in the water, it's gonna make, it's gonna stick back on again, isn't it?
Well, no, only if
again.
it freezes up again.
Yeah, well, it will freeze up. The water's going to get cold again because you've just put a giant ice cube in the water.
So when you put an ice cube in a drink, the drink doesn't freeze, does it?
No,
the ice
it's not.
melts.
If you put one the size of an Empire State Building in your glass of Jack Daniels, it's going to make it freezing.
It's not going in a glass of Jack Daniels, it's going in the ocean.
I know, but you see, I'm using my fables. Imagine a world.
Use your brain instead.
This is a bit of a bigger issue. We're always making more and more stuff, right, in the world. You know, big buildings, big planes, big boats and that. Will we ever get to a point where all this is too heavy for the world to handle?
Right, what error has he made there, Steve? What physical, scientific error has he made there with that question?
I can't begin to explain it.
Carl, we're not getting the rocks from other planets. It's already here. It's like having a big pile of books in a room and then moving them over to the other side of the room and build a thing going, oh, can the room take it? I'm building a lot of things out of these books.
What about plastic? Where's that come from?
Other chemicals that existed on the planet.
Yeah.
Do you see the point?
Hang on a minute, though. What about a little tree? You plant that as an acorn, it grows, Rick. That's bigger, that's more stuff.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him, Carl. He's patronising you.
What about acorns and that, though?
Right, they grow from minerals and proteins already in our atmosphere or in our the mass of Earth.
What about a cat, Carl? Right, you get it. It's a very tiny kitten, but it grows up and it's bigger.
Carl, he's doing it on purpose.
Elephants, they're very small to begin with, but they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and so they get heavier and heavier.
Mind you, dinosaurs have gone.
You know, but you, but you know,
these are milestones in human evolution. The opposable phone, the forward-facing eyes, the upright. These are massive things in taking us out of the animal kingdom.
And one day, Karl, you'll walk upright.
But what do you mean about eyes facing forward? You mean before we got here, there was people whose eyes were looking in their head? I don't understand. Is that what you mean?
No, because when we got sort of binocular vision. Do you know Anne Frank?
That's all I know about Anne. There's no point pretending here that I know stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, tell us everything you know about Anne Frank.
She was in a cupboard.
Yeah. What else?
If she didn't do that, I wouldn't know about her. Seriously. That's all I know about her.
Yeah.
So what did she do?
But how do you think we know about her cupboard because of her book, don't we?
But hang on, what in the bigger scheme of things, why was she in a cupboard?
I don't know.
Right.
I honestly don't know.
You don't know anything else about Anne Frank beyond the fact that, to quote you, she was in a cupboard.
Well, what's she done then? You tell me. Why should I know more about her?
Firstly, I don't think she was in a cupboard.
She wasn't in a cupboard. She was in an attic.
All right.
Yeah.
So what was she doing?
She was hiding from the Nazis. She was hiding from the Nazis.
But isn't that the first place they'd look? Sort of work from the top down.
Carl, they weren't specifically looking for Anne Frank.
They weren't going, where is she?
Where's Franker?
If she gets that book out, we are in the deep shit. We've got to stop the book.
And then we went and had a look at the volcanoes and that. They've got 36 of them to look at.
How many did you look at before you realised that pretty much, you've seen one volcano, you've seen them all?
Probably about 6 or 7.
Really?
Yeah.
And then when you got to the 8th, you thought, no, I know what this is going to be, Suzanne. This is going to be like a mountain with a hole in the top.
Yeah.
Really?
But it happened years ago as well. It's like, just keep a couple, fill the rest in, tidy it up.
Fill the rest in!
Yeah, no,
Well, getting some builders.
No, seriously though.
Okay, 4 million tons of concrete, please.
They're an absolute death trap.
Yeah, what? Yeah. What do you mean, fill them in? Do you know what a volcano is?
Just a hole, isn't it? That's happened.
Well, it's more than the
happened back
hole. It's
in-
more a portal to the magma in the centre of the Earth.
Back in 1730 it happened, and they still haven't sorted it out.
Well, when you say it happened, volcanoes were made a lot longer ago than 1730.
No, but the one that did Lanzarote in.
Right.
Sort it out.
What do you suggest? How
tidy
can they
up.
fill it in? It's joined. It's all joined.
No, but what I'm
And
saying is, it was
the big
it was-
plates of the Earth are all joined.
It
All
was
the
a disaster,
magma's
wasn't it?
joined.
With the trade centre thing, that happened. They cleaned it up, sorted it out, they've moved on. That's what I'm saying. Whereas Lanzarote have just gone, leave it. It happened back in 1730.
You misunderstand me. How, in the name of God, can you fill in a volcano? You ignorant twit.
No, but it's not just the holes, they've actually left the lava everywhere. That's what I mean. It's not just the big holes, there's lava everywhere.
But it's molten rock. They can't just pick it up like they're like a carpet.
Put it in the holes are there ready, just push it all in. That's what I'm saying. You know, like the monkeys peeling potatoes.
Right. That's never happened. They go and put nuts in the salt water to salt the nut.
Whatever.
How does that get to peeling potatoes?
But
Because in your head, they were working in a canteen.
Making chips.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It doesn't matter what the food is, I'm just saying how they know how to sort of prepare
I
that
love
food.
the fact that you don't care what the fact is. When you're discussing facts, that's all that matters. Otherwise, on Mastermind, they just go, who wrote Much Ado About Nothing? Dickens? Yeah, close enough, whatever, someone did. The fact is what matters.
Yeah, but with that question, that's got a straightforward answer. What I'm telling you is the way that animals work. If it's a potato or a nut, it's a foodage.
And once again, I return you to my question as before. What's your point? What point were you making?
It's either a chimpanzee with a typewriter with an infinite amount of time. He would eventually, by definition, mathematically, type everything ever possible. Okay, or it's an infinite amount of chimps with typewriters, and one of them will type it first time.
But already that's sort of, that's not right. You either need to have
What do
one
you mean?
monkey.
What? You mean
Let's hear his
employment
point.
laws?
He
What do you mean
can't-
it's not right?
Let's hear him out.
Please.
If it's one monkey
Yeah.
with a typewriter that's got loads of ink in it and that, right? At least it knows what it's done in the past.
It's not...
Keep going.
Cry.
If you've got a load of monkeys, it's like if you have too many. What's that saying about too many chefs?
Too many chimps spoil the soup.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to put salt in it. I was going to put salt in it, and it messes it up. Whereas if it's just one, they know what's gone on. So what I'm saying is,
honestly,
leave him go.
I can't be bothered.
I want
Steve.
to hear. I want to hear the rest.
This blows my mind. He doesn't know what this does to me. It's a mathematical problem.
I want to hear the rest.
well, it's just I just don't think it will happen.
What do you mean you don't think it'll happen? Infinity works it out for you by definition.
But not Shakespeare.
Oh! Shut up! You idiot!
Rick, do you know what he said to me? I said to him, I explained it to him, I said, you've got an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters, they will type the complete works of Shakespeare. He said, have they read Shakespeare?
You're an idiot! Play a record,
said, no,
I'm not having this
they're not
conversation.
doing it.
When are the exams? June?
Something like that, yeah.
We're trying to register next week, and I reckon you can get an A or B.
In history.
I'm
In
busy.
history. No, don't worry about it, it's just easy. You get your Brody's notes. If Heat magazine, they love you, Carl. They could probably sort something out. They could probably pay for a tutor. They got a lot of money, they sell a lot of magazines.
I mean, it is always, almost always, and you found that out, I discovered this, it's always the Tudors and Stuarts. There's no fear for that, them not coming up. Now, what do you already know about them? You must already know stuff about Henry VIII and Elizabeth.
No, because it's too long ago to even get interested in. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
Is that why you
relate
didn't-
to it.
Okay.
The Anderson thing, it was like, God, you know, I bet my mum and dad were in an Anderson shelter. You know, this is interesting.
What, when they...
Oh, my granddad would have like had something to do with this. But the Tudors, it's like I don't know even if they had a family back then.
Play a record! Is that the answer?
Just cavemen in front of dinosaurs and that. They sort of went, oh, and then
Well, it wasn't cavemen in front of dinosaurs, was it? Because cavemen weren't alive when dinosaurs were alive.
there was a couple knocking about.
Right, okay, fair enough.
There was a crossover point, surely.
Not dinosaurs like you're thinking
15
of.
million. Was the probably the Ice Age. There were still big
I
reptiles.
think it's fairly common knowledge that the dinosaurs did not exist.
Well, who
when...
gave the dinosaurs the name?
Well, no. Well, no.
Who gave the dinosaurs
No, I don't know.
the names?
He's
Hang on. Here's something I've learned, remember?
Go on.
Back to, like, show 4 or whatever.
go on.
What is it? The flea can jump over the London Eye.
No, it can jump the equivalent of if it was a 6-foot man. It can jump about 6 inches high. A flea cannot jump over the London Eye.
yes, it can. Yeah, it can.
And
Tell your kids that.
Carl. Oh,
remember.
Oh, a flea can jump over the London Eye, and an ant can lift 3 Volvos.
Good luck with that. Now, after being sent around the world 3 times by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant in An Idiot Abroad, in his brand new series, The Moaning of Life, Karl Pilkington is going it alone.
Before we talk to him about the ups and downs of his latest adventures, here's a quick look at the man himself in action.
Reynold Fiennes, or whatever his name is, when he climbed Everest. He didn't say, here's my little mate abroad. What numbers in my mobile phone wouldn't fill this row of tables here? It's a town made for mermaids.
Okay.
Put him outside to where he stinks. Where are we going?
Just keep going straight.
Well, I've got no option. Is that good? If she was bald, I'd want to know. I was happy with the jacket. If it's broke, they call me. When we get an invite through the door that size, it's the equivalent to getting jury duty. Have a cup of tea, yeah.
Karl joins us now. It's lovely to see you, as always. This new series is a bit of a journey of self-discovery in a way, because each episode covers a big topic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the big things that happen in your life. It's the marriage idea, having kids, happiness, death. So they're all things that most people deal with at some point in their life.
So you go around the world to find the answer to these from different
I mean, I'll tell you now, there isn't any answers.
Right.
I'm more clueless now than I was at the beginning, because the world's pretty mad, isn't it? The way people do things and why they do things, and you ask people why they do them, and they go, I don't know, they just do. There's a lot of traditions, isn't there, that just keep things going. You think that's the reason for it. So yeah, the first one's on Sunday night at 9, and it's about marriage. And it is about marriage, yes. So you go to, one of the clips we're going to show us in a minute, you go to India. And you sort of explore the idea of arranged marriages. Yeah.
And they have sort of agencies for arranged marriages.
It's all pretty smooth. I mean, I know some people sort of go, oh, arranged marriages, that's a bad thing. But if you're like me, I've never been one for chatting women up. I can't do it.
Right.
Forget it. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
So for people like me, if you can go into an office and you've got a bloke going, right, here's a catalogue, what sort of thing are you after?
That's not very romantic, is it?
But it
Here's a
works a
catalogue.
lot. Honestly, the woman who I met, I reckon, and honestly, she was well into me. She would have had me like that. Honestly, she was well into me, and I think I would have been quite happy with her.
Really?
Honest to God, if I've got a girlfriend, I've had her for ages. But if it didn't work out, I'd probably be back on a plane to meet this woman because honestly.
And were you just a match? You were a match.
It was just I went in and there's a bloke there and he's saying, "What do you want?" And I'm going, "Oh, I don't want anyone who's too clever or anything, because I'd end up annoying them." And I just write down what I'm like. You know, you write down your bold skills, your interests, what you like. And in the end, I mean, the weird thing is everyone's there. When you turn up, the mum and dad was there, and they're quizzing you. I don't do interviews. I'm I'm nervous at this. I find this weird. I've never got a job through doing an interview. So it was exactly like that. But you had to be honest.
Well, you nearly got a future wife.
I know.
Honest to God, you haven't seen it yet?
We've got a clip. Should we have a look?
All right, yeah,
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Tell me something about your parents.
Are the doctors?
No, there's no doctors. I mean, they've retired now. My dad has done loads of jobs, from tiling, gardening.
Yeah.
He's done courier work, taxi driver. He had like a butty shop with my mum.
What level education you have finished?
I didn't do that well. The school wasn't very good.
So did they know that you had no intention of marrying their daughter?
I don't know. I asked that because obviously there's a director there and a cameraman and everything, and I thought they were just doing this for fun. But by the end, the dad was. I mean, I shouldn't. It's the problem with talking about it because it ruins it, doesn't it, for people watching? But by the end, the dad was sort of going, right, can we get your number? Maybe you can meet again tomorrow for a coffee. Go to the cinema. And I was a bit like, oh, hang on. At first I was enjoying it because I'm thinking, I'm doing all right here. I forgot all about Suzanne at home. Talked to her about an hour before. And I sat there going, she's got all right. And then I suddenly was like, oh, God, I'm going to have to let her down. She's going to have to know. And I was going, I'm not telling her.
How was work today, darling? Yes, it was great. I got married.
I know, honestly. So it sort of built me up a bit because, like I say, I've never been... I don't know if women like me or not. But through that, I was like, yeah.
Well, that's the, as you said, that's this week's show. That's the marriage one. What about the other subjects? How do you cope with death? How did you deal with that one?
I mean, I'm really interested in death because it's going to happen. It's not. You see, with marriage, I haven't got married, even though I've been with Suzanne for ages. It's like kids, we haven't bothered, but death, it's going to happen.
You can't avoid it.
Can't avoid it.
Well, you went to an unusual funeral, didn't you?
It's maddest. Honestly, I've been all around the world and I've seen some mad stuff. And I get a bit blasé. I think, oh, another tribe, I've seen it. You know what I mean? You get a bit blasé about stuff that I'm visiting around the world. But this funeral in Ghana, I mean, you'll have to watch it.
It was an old lady, wasn't it?
It was an old woman called Comfort. Never met her when she was alive. She'd been dead for 2 months. And what they do, they don't bury them that quick because they've got family all over Africa. And if they're poor and what have you, they can't just fly in. They've got to travel. So the body's not buried for ages because they basically want all family and friends
to say
goodbye to them. So she's, I got involved in sort of doing her up, putting the makeup on her, and they prop them up in the corner of the room. And people come in. This woman called Comfort, she worked in like a market stall flogging some fruit called kinky, some local thing. So that was her job, sat behind this table flogging kinky. So what they did, they sat her in a corner, table, kinky on it, and family and friends are going up, sort of putting money in her hand, and going, oh, really weird. Wow. Really weird. And everyone else is thinking it's normal. Going in, taking pictures, probably putting it on Twitter.
Like
they have a very, very different... maybe it's us that's wrong. We have a bad relationship with death.
I said that. You never hear about it on the telly. We never like to talk about it. You know, everyone's morbid. There, dancing down the streets. It's a proper celebration. I think someone said...
It seems a better way... I mean,
definitely
unusual for us, but it seems like a better relationship with death, like
really?
you said. Fascinating.
No,
I can't wait to watch it.
It's the best one, that.
Yeah?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the last episode, but it's...
You didn't miss Ricky and Stephen?
No.
No. Because I suppose the hotels were better.
Definitely. I mean, sometimes you're in places where it's just basic, but, you know, I mean, last time I was packing bottles of they messed us with me when they were sending me away. Do you know what I mean? Whereas this time, if there was something half decent, you know, with clean bedding, I'd be staying there. So I definitely enjoy the trips more. I mean, I still don't like being away from home, but...
No, it's funny you keep taking these travelling jobs, isn't it?
It's a job, innit? It is a job, you know. I'm sure you're sat there thinking, why are we talking to him again? But it's, you've got to do it.
I would. Look how much I wrote down to ask you.
I know, me too.
We have so much to ask you. We've just scratched the surface. It's lovely having you here.
Proving our point.
The Moaning of Life is Sunday. It's at 9 on Sky 1 and Sky 1 HD.
And there's a book out as well for it again.
Oh, okay.
There we are then.
So it's
marvellous. It's lovely to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. Sue Hill's appealing for your help.
Did it with his feet.
Go on.
Well, it's just, why pick the most hardest job to do when you haven't got any hands? Crush grapes. Or... Do you know what I mean? That annoys me.
Oh, crush grapes! Imagine him being told that. They're two different people, this is what I'm telling you.
But this is the problem, they're going to crop up quite a lot just because they've got double a chance. Alright?
Oh, please don't write in and complain. He'd know.
So, followed it round and see it having it away. Turns out, little prostitute.
Oh, God!
It's a little monkey prostitute.
It was getting fatter because it was charging them bananas.
What a load of old rubbish.
It's charging them bananas! What was it, a boy or... It was a...
Woman. Little woman monkey.
Well...
The bit I haven't told you about is it's actually run by a couple of chimps.
Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God, you're a maniac! Oh, for Christ! Oh.
Let's just...
That's like coming a chip!
Let's just...
Of course it's not!
No, it is, because think about it, right?
No, not think about it! What do you mean, yes it is? Of course it's not run by a couple of chimps! What'd they do, get a loan?
What would you do?
I've always wanted to kick a duck up the arse. It was a chimp. They weren't happy about it. Of
course not.
Because now the owner of the chimp wants to enter it into the Tour de France.
No! Oh, God! I'm gonna die! Oh, God!
In 2005.
Now, a couple of questions. I trust you'll be able to answer these.
Oh, God! Steve, help me out. Right.
So, the monkey enjoyed it, and it was like, well, I want to do it again, right? But they were like...
So how did they know that? How did they know he wanted to do it?
Just the way it looked and what have you, it was like...
Fuck off! Just the way it looked!
So,
you are a maniac.
So the thing is, though, right... It's a bit weird. So I just got out of the car to look at a bright light, and I got back in the car and I grew a beard, and she said, never mind your beard, where have you been for 3 days? And what had happened is...
He passed out because he was pissed.
No. The UFO had taken him for 3 days. Different people.
Is this all the information? Is that the entire story?
It was 3 different people.
Did you fall
hassling
asleep
him
and not read
about
the end?
A fire that didn't happen, about a wife that didn't exist, and a cat that didn't look happy.
Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack, Carl.
It's a popular thing.
You mean the kids that are born hairy?
No, there's kids who've been born hairy, right?
Yeah, that's it.
No, but listen, and they walk around on all fours, and they drink milk from a saucer.
Oh, Steve, this is
no,
too
remember.
easy.
Physics.
Yeah.
It was going on about the nuclear bomb and how powerful it is, and they put a manhole cover on top of one. blew it up.
Yeah.
Never saw the manhole cover again.
Man alive, Carl. Unexplained.
What's going on there? Something weird is happening there. The fact is what matters.
Yeah, but with that question, that's got a straightforward answer. What I'm telling you is the way that animals work. If it's a potato or a nut, it's a foodage.
And once again, I return you to my question as before. What's your point? What point were you making?
The lad with 2 heads got run over. That's it.
What? How is that cheeky freak of the week?
Just because it got my interest, and I kind of thought, why didn't he just look both ways?
I'm intrigued to know how
wasn't he looking both ways?
I'm intrigued to know how you get run over. What was it, 1629?
Yeah. Well, it's horses and that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, why wasn't he looking both ways? Karl Pilkington, you are a genius.
Nice one, Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. They've had a great 2004. They got 2 Golden Globe Awards this year. Also, the Christmas Specials DVD has already sold 250,000. And tonight comes Bitter War.
Tom Stoppard and Noel Gallagher together at last. What are you working on? We don't have to thank anyone.
No, we should maybe thank John Ploughman.
Why?
Maybe the BBC. I don't know if that's...
We're on a proper channel now.
Maybe we should thank the producers for all their input.
Nice one.
I still got it.
Talking to the producer, he's had his little...
There he is.
When Stephen Hawking came up, he had his little nose powder joint, didn't he? Which, to be honest, is the least of his problems. Because usually he's the best one in the room. So I wanna... Don't worry, you're just the same as Stephen Hawking, but without all the clever stuff. Although he milked it a bit, didn't he? He's a genius. I'd have had it ready. I'd have had it. What do you expect? I lost him for a little bit.
Yeah, you want him back.
I want him back. Thank you very much. We've won an awful lot for the show over the past 3 years. Too much. It got embarrassing, to be honest. And I won a lot of individual awards, but this is for writing. No, on a serious note, this is for writing because I can speak for Stephen as well. We are proudest of my writing. I knew he'd agree with me. And the thing is, the other thing about writing is it's not paid as well. I've earned about, what, 10, 20 times what you've earned. Really? I mean, again, that's embarrassing. And even in the industry, it's not looked upon as important. I've never seen Alan Yentob run across a crowded room to hug a writer. But thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much indeed. And Merry Christmas. Thank you.
All right.
Questions for Karl, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there. Yeah. The questionnaire that is often featured at the end of the TV programme Inside the Actor's Studio. If heaven exists, What would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Is that how it works?
Oh.
No,
What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, I don't know. You hear so many other things that you have to go through other gates. I can't imagine him being on the door, is what I'm saying. If he owns a place, what's he doing there? He could put anyone on it.
It's St. Peter, isn't it, who's normally minding the gates, famously?
Right, so it's him asking me.
OK, well, let's say it's St. Peter.
No. You go through the gate. Peter goes, "Oh, you're expected. He's got an appointment. We're going through to God. Go through a few doors. Go up top floor. Right, past the executive washroom into his big office. OK, that overlooks the universe."
So what?
So you've gone in to see God. It's an audience with God. You've died. You've gone to heaven. And what would you like God to say to you at that point?
Probably just say, you've done well and that in your life. You never did anybody any harm. So, welcome to heaven. Any problems, give us a shout. Here's a little layout of like a little map. It's kind of like.
I love this. This is a great answer. And my favourite one is, "You never did anyone any harm." That's great. That's a brilliant thing for God to say.
Yeah.
So hang on, he's giving you a little map.
So he's giving you a little map of the area. It's
and
big.
he'll sort of say, "This is where you go for this. This is where you go for that." I'd probably ask him about the ghost situation. I'd say, "Am I now a ghost then, or is this just like another planet that I've come onto?"
Right.
I don't know if he'd answer that. I don't know if he'd be sort of a bit
cagey.
Yeah, a little bit like, "Well, I don't want to panic you and stuff." I'd say, "Right, is it right that I can see past family and that?" Because to be honest, I'd probably prefer to stay away. No, but because the thing is, if you've done I've done all that in this life, so it's about moving on to another life and meeting different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? It's just like the same all over again, but everywhere's white. I mean, I don't know if it is like
Do you think God would like this podcast?
Well, I suppose it just kills half an hour, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but time's not a problem for him, is it?
Yeah, it is, because he lives for ages, so he needs loads of filler. I bet he's, doing stuff that he's just like, "I'm not really into this, but it's something to do, isn't it?"
Sudoku and stuff.
But I think there'll be just as many problems up there as there is here, because at least people are leaving here, whereas up there, that's the thing that I'd be worried about the most, actually, that it's really crowded. Because it's years and years of dead people, isn't it? London does me head in. Up there, it's going to be well busier than that.
Well, she was just 17, well, you know what I mean. The way she looked was way beyond compare. I wouldn't dance with another.
I'll stop you there.
Go on.
I'll stop you there.
What's the matter?
So, and that's played, Dave. Yeah. Wow.
Idiot! Bloody idiot!
Oh, Uncle Ricky, do the little dance.
Oh, go on, then.
1, 2, 3, 4! I'll never dance with another. I saw her stand.
The long and winding.
Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah. I sort of fused Flashdance with MC Hammer shit.
At the radio station, Hammond dragged us straight into a planning meeting with the show's rather nervous-looking producers.
Fill this in. So if we come out at the top of the hour here, you've got news, and then you've got sport, and then you've got weather.
Hold on a minute, it just says story there. What story?
So these are items throughout your programme.
Yeah, so we've got to think of things to talk about.
On the day we did this show, there was certainly no shortage of material. John Prescott, for instance, had been caught with his trousers down.
Is this not the single most amazing story ever?
And Charles Clarke had lost 1,000 immigrants. So what did James think would most interest the listeners?
Because when you're at the jet wash, should the bonger go off halfway through the cycle or at the end?
Also, the show was going out live, which could be a problem, given the loose connection between Jeremy's brain and mouth.
Right, the average weekly audience is about 250 to 300,000.
Not all of them are in invalid carriages.
Get this idea out of your head, please.
You said invalid carriages.
Well, what's the with it?
You will make sure he doesn't say things like that this afternoon.
What? Right, now I want you to show me how I control this 8-foot gorilla. What do you suggest I do?
The meeting rambled on for ages, during which time nothing got sorted.
The idea of reading the news butt naked.
Almost.
And then, with just over an hour to go...
I still don't understand any of this.
So, at 1:15 and 1:45, there are the headlines that James can read.
With half an hour to go, Jeremy suddenly announced, worryingly, that he'd been working on a plan.
Tonight, there won't be a single queue or jam in this region because I'm doing the travel on this show.
With 0 hour fast approaching, even Jeremy got busy.
Got it.
As I acquainted myself with the studio, James set about mastering some of the station's other technical equipment. With just a few minutes to go, 250,000 Southern Counties listeners were starting their journeys home.
Richard, where's the turntable? Brought the records.
Jeremy, there is no turntable. It's 2006.
And they were all expecting their usual slick and helpful drive time show.
You've got your interview first, haven't you, as well?
Who? What? What interview?
You've got, oh my God, that's me.
I haven't got them. No, James, you can't just nick those.
MacArthur.
We were primed and ready.
BBC Southern Counties Radio.
Good luck, everybody.
Going to the bank holiday Monday.
Here we go.
Southern Counties Radio. I'm Alina Jenkins.
That shouldn't have happened. I'm going to fade it out, and then you're going to talk.
Right.
Is that it? Is that your intro? Can I just say good afternoon? This is still BBC Southern Counties Radio, and
We weren't what you'd call slick.
can I do the weather?
Yeah.
I've lost it. Have you got the headlines?
Yeah.
I've got them.
Yeah. No, you do them.
I haven't got any headlines.
And the jingles Richard had brought along were dreadful.
So you think of this one, lads? It's great.
I've been driving in my car, listening to Jeremy Clarkson.
How much did you spend making those?
£5 a pop.
No matter, we would redeem ourselves with my new, brilliant and extremely complicated traffic system.
What I've done here is I've fixed up a link between the Highways Agency's headquarters in Godstone in Surrey, so I can see all the traffic cameras from all the motorways in the region. Now what's happening is we've got an outside broadcast truck at Godstone. It's firing its signal up to a satellite 22,000 miles in space, back down to White City in London. They're firing down to a switching station in Tunbridge Wells, and here we are in the studio looking, and if I can swing the camera around now, we can get it off the main pictures. I can even zoom in.
With full control of the cameras, Jeremy could reveal his big plan.
Instead of telling you where the traffic jams are, I am going to give you the registration number of the car that has caused them.
So, he's not just reporting on the traffic, he's bossing it about.
Brave. Now, who's this for coming down in the Volkswagen van? You're leaving a 200-yard gap there. Now, close up.
While Jeremy was shouting at the traffic, James and I were getting to grips with the music.
No, don't tell me. As promised earlier, it is Wang Chung and Dancehall Days.
Oh, you sprung that on me, rather. Do you want to do that again, James?
As promised earlier, it's Wang Chung and Dancehall Days.
Maybe just once more for me, mate.
Just play something else.
Oh, all right.
Oh, it's right.
Yeah.
He's no idea.
Yeah, you see. I'd just like to apologise.
BBC Southern Counties Radio Travel.
Hello, is that me?
That was slick.
It was time for another of Jeremy's rubbish travel reports.
Oh no, look at that! Somebody, here we go. Somebody in a, it seems to be a Land Rover Discovery has jackknifed while carrying a trailer.
No,
it's a 4x4, it's a good job it was, that's why he's still alive. Lucky you didn't listen to the Liberal Democrats on that one. The two outer lanes of the motorway, please get out of them, because they're blocked by an idiot in a Mitsubishi who's managed to crash into his own trailer. And people are moving over far too soon, which means that the motorway network is not being fully utilised. We paid for it, drive right up to the crash, use it, and then get your window down and tell the man exactly what you think of his driving.
Precisely.
Oh no, what we've got here is a travel flash, actually. My thanks to Janice. She tells us that in Dorking High Street, a caravan has come adrift of the car blocking one lane. The police are in attendance. Police, are you armed? I hope they are. They could take it out and just shoot the drivers.
Thank you very much. That's the travel with Jeremy Clarkson.
Even we could see the show was pretty bad. But then it got worse. Hammond mistimed a trip to the loo, and while he was in there, a song finished.
Hello? Is there somebody there? Is anybody there? Hello?
Come on!
Oh.
Then I forgot I was going out live.
Well, he's ginger and he's Welsh.
Okay.
And then we upset the station's sports reporter.
204 for 9, the latest score. Karl Pilkington 45. Rana is 26 not out. 3 wickets apiece for Dominic Thornley and Sean Irvine. As for Surrey, they're going much...
That happens. 53 for 3, is that good? I don't understand.
They've scored 253 runs and they've lost 3 wickets, sir. It is cricket. It's a game that's been played in this country for about 300 years.
What, the same
why
game?
don't you get the
And that's all
Observer's
they've
Book of
got.
Cricket, which will tell you all of the regulations that you need to know, and then you'll be okay. Well, now... I'm sorry.
Worse still, my traffic system really wasn't working out as planned. The cameras were not able to give enough detail, so my reports were becoming a little vague.
Jeremy, go.
It's all completely hopeless. Everywhere I can see people in Astras, M25, Godstone's jammed up at Junction 6, Barrow Green. Don't use it. Don't use it. Stay at work, be productive, and buy a helicopter.
It's not particularly helpful what you're telling them there.
No.
I therefore decided to personalise my reports.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
Bit fed up as I can't work out whether I'm supposed to be turning off the M25 or not. We're trying to get home tonight.
Where are you? So you're
I'm going anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise. You, my son, have had it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'm screwing it up.
With the traffic system ruined, we were running out of things to say.
Which is, if you use a jet wash, should the bonger on each cycle go off at the end of the cycle or in the middle? If the bonger goes off at the end of the foamy brush cycle and you've only done the bonnet, you've had it.
The switchboard began to light up with angry listeners, one of whom was called Mrs. Smith.
Mrs. Smith. Hello, Mrs. Smith.
I came home from work at 5 o'clock, and what a load of rubbish this is, and I think it's absolutely dreadful. I've been an avid listener to Southern Counties for a number of years. For God's sake, bring back Dominic, Busby and all the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's all a load of rubbish. Thank you and good night.
With the locals ready to lynch us, we decided to get out early.
This is a 9-minute song. By the time it's over, our show's over. We could. Do you want to walk through Brighton after the show we just did?
I've got the car round the back.
By the time this is over, we can be.
No, just back. Down the back stairs. Sorry, down the stairs. Yeah, right.
I'm going.
Sorry.
MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark.
And there was also a fella in the week who said that women shouldn't be wearing trousers.
Why?
Because they don't look good in them.
Right, and who was this man, and from what era?
French fella.
Okay.
Last week.
Did he mean walk around naked?
He just said women should wear skirts rather than trousers because no woman looks good in a pair of pants.
Right. How old was he?
He was probably about 67.
Uh-huh.
About that, 67, 68.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't happy with that. What do you think? What do you think about that?
It's rubbish.
Yeah.
These are the only things that have caught your eye over the last couple of weeks. This is the entire news.
Galileo did something with light. A French fella said women shouldn't wear trousers. See, that to me wouldn't pass as education.
It's not education.
I don't know where you could ever use that. I don't know when that would ever be applicable to life.
I just like reading stuff that sort of reminds me of... Do you know what I mean? If I read it and it gets me thinking, I think that's a good little piece.
But I mean, but surely can't you just sort of like sit near something that vibrates to keep your brain going, or shake your head every now and again? I mean, what does this do? You mean it makes you start using your brain?
But what aspect of a Frenchman said women shouldn't wear trousers got your mind working? What questions were you asking?
Because I thought that's a bit daft, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, it ends there with me. There's nothing else. There's nowhere else for me to go on that.
He closes
your mind's
the
still worrying.
Yeah, go on. What did you think? Let's go through this. Oh, I wish we could download his thoughts.
I know.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great, like a DVD? And
like a cartoon.
Imagine that extra footage on the Office DVD.
Yeah, Carl's brain.
That would be
with
amazing. Oh, with a commentary. Go on.
Women wearing trousers and that, right? On the estate that I grew up in, on right? There was a woman about 4 houses down, right? Rough. She's the one.
She was, or the estate?
She was, right?
Yeah.
She's the one whose kid took a horse into her house.
Yes.
Right.
Now, we won't go over that again.
No.
If you're a new listener, I think we covered. I think they get
That's
the
all
idea.
you need to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, she used to wear leggings.
Yeah.
Now, they're a bad idea.
They are a terrible idea. I agree with you there, Carl. If you're a lady of
What
the
colour?
normo persuasion...
Were they pink?
No, they were sort of black, but with all bits on them.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
What, toast and just horse droppings? Yeah, go on, yeah.
And she used to... she's quite a big woman.
Sure.
Pauline Quirk, I think, described her as.
Looked like a light bulb when
It
she was
is those
bending
kind of
over in
women that are
leggings.
attracted to leggings.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They are drawn to them like a moth.
Yeah.
She used to wear them, and that's what I remember when I read this piece. And she used to work on one of those sex line things.
Right.
She used to do that. But
what was she, an engineer?
The weird thing with her was, she had big eyelids.
Right.
Go on.
That were too big, and this is what I was thinking.
What do you mean she had big eyelids? How big do eyelids have to be for you to go, they're big eyelids? What was she shoplifting with them? Would she come out of Dixon's with, like, radio stored in them? What do you mean she had big eyelids?
It was another one of them popular things around our way. Do you know? Like,
what do you mean popular things? They didn't go, oh, I'll tell you what, they're all the rage. Can I get some big eyelids, please?
No. It was just like one of them things that people suffered with. Just big eyelids. They could hardly open their eyes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's one of the popular things around where I grew up. People had big eyelids. They could hardly open their eyes. What does that mean? What sort of freak town were you born in? You had webbed feet people with big heads. You got women with big eyelids. What does big eyelids mean?
Are you confusing her with the horse?
Yeah. Did she have hooves? Look, what?
Just too much skin. It was like the neck of a chicken. But on the eyes.
What's your point? Anyway, so there's this big eyelidded woman with the leggings.
And that's what I'm saying to you, though. That's when I read that story with people with trousers.
Yeah.
I went from that.
Yeah.
To a woman who used to have big eyelids. I still don't know the point.
But then, and also the other bloke who had the eyelid problem was a mate of mine.
Right.
His dad had it, and same problem, massive eyelids.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I used to say to my mum, I'm going round to Dave's house.
Yeah.
And
or Drew
say,
Pig, as you call him.
That's all right, but make sure his dad doesn't take you out in the car because he could hardly see. He had to have his head.
He had to tilt his head back to keep his eyelids open.
Sure. Did he have a couple of matches with him at all times?
What a load of gobbledygook. This began as educating Ricky.
I know,
So
it's
what,
like
he was
people
thinking,
with eyelids.
But it's like you're supposed to make that leap as well.
Yeah.
If I mentioned the trousers, Ricky will probably be thinking about people with big eyelids and women wearing leggings.
Play a record, Carl.
Got nonsense.
Adverts.
No. Oh, all right. I met a bloke on a conference once who sent a drawing to Blue Peter. It was their designer car of the future, and he sent them a drawing that was a car, and the only innovation was that you can have a shit while driving. And then he put shit goes down pipe, which becomes fuel. They must have looked at that and gone, what a maniac.
I think that's a brilliant... I mean, I've driven a long way. I drove to Cornwall recently, and I would have loved...
But I think he did it when he was about 9, and he must have thought, oh, I'm being driven to school. Oh, I need the toilet. Wouldn't it be good?
But why hasn't that been done?
What?
Well, like Steve says, I've been in the same situation when you're driving and you go, oh, where's the service station? You see a sign saying 36 miles.
So what?
You're in agony.
So you suggest pull your trousers down and shit down in the seat that's a toilet?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, you got your nan in your back.
She's got one as well.
So you are going to Cornwall all shitting?
Well, not all the time, but it's more useful to me than a lighter.
So also,
Where do you wash your hands?
Wash your hands or wipe your arse? At what point does that occur?
At the end of the journey.
Oh, God! So, you get in, you have a shit at Deptford, and you wipe your arse at Polperro.
Yeah, but like I've said to you, this isn't like just people going, oh, I think I'll have one. Do you need one? Not really, but it's something to do, innit? I'm sick of playing I Spy, I'm having a shit. You have it when you really need one. When you have to pull off a motorway, it's a lot of messing about. It's probably going to be a queue at the toilet. No more queues at toilets.
10 minute Rick, that takes, doesn't it? 10 minutes to
10
pull off,
minutes.
have a quick shit.
Driving along. It's just going on. It's just going on. Don't even know about it. Radio's on. Everyone's happy. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, we all do it as well. That's the thing.
Anything else you'd come up with?
There's so many things. Chocolate fountain. Anything like that. I just go, what are these? Who's invented these? Who's okayed this idea? And yet I can't have a shit on the motorway.
Picture on the when I was on the plane coming back from here, there was a picture of this new luxury hotel. It'll be, I think, $10,000 a night to stay there. It looked extraordinary. It was a hotel, and the best rooms were built under the water, under the sea. Wow. So it was the best hotel we've ever seen, but surrounded on all sides by glass, and out of it you could see the sea, the sharks, the fish.
I don't think I'd like that.
No.
But that, again, that's just one of them hotels where it's over the top for over the top sake, isn't it? Like where they have 12-course meals. Well, just have 2, but make them bigger, rather than dragging it out and there's the first course. You know, a couple of
snails.
Yeah, it's just for me all that is.
Don't eat a snail. Don't have one snail. Eat one big tortoise. If you want slow food, don't have loads of little snails. Here, there's a giant tortoise. Tuck into that. Feeds 10. But it's what you were saying before. When you start having to take a risk with food, like the fish that can kill you if you eat it, don't bother. There's apparently a delicacy in Japan, again, someone could verify this, where they eat a live little octopus. And it can stick to your throat because it's obviously fighting for its life. I mean, good. Again, you don't need to eat a live octopus. What are you thinking? How cruel is that?
Well, how fresh do you need your food? It's not, do you know what I mean? But I always remember this story when I was a kid about some bloke who, bit sad, this story, but weird. He had throat cancer, right? And his doctor said, carry on with your life, right? It's not going to be that good, but just carry on, but don't eat meat. And he was like, oh, I love meat. He's like, yeah, but just don't, have your veg, plenty of vitamins and stuff, keep yourself strong, but don't be eating that anyway. He was fed up because he loved his meat, and his wife was feeling a bit sorry for him one day, and thought, I'm sick of him looking fed up and that, all he wants is some meat, for God's sake, give him some meat. So she goes to the butcher's, gets him a big piece of, like, steak and what have you. He can't believe it, he's like, oh, brilliant, cheers for that. Anyway, he's got the meat on his plate, just about to tuck in, and the cancer comes out from his throat. What? No, I know, he sounds really weird, but it's something that I was told about years ago when I was growing up.
What are you talking about?
It was just some bad illness, some cancer thing, and it was coming out waiting for the meat. It was sort of dying.
Again, a lot of your medical knowledge is from
the film Alien.
So this guy with throat cancer, okay, as opposed to it being a disease of the cell,
it was like a living.
The alien.
So it was the animal. It was the little animal cancer.
That's why
what
he
are you
wasn't allowed to
talking
eat
about?
meat. He wasn't allowed to eat meat.
So it's sitting there. So it's actually sitting there and throwing. I tell you what I'd have done if I'd have had some cancer in my throat. I'd go, there you go, rid of that. What are you talking about? So what happened?
He choked to death on this thing, and the wife was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have given him the meat after all."
Just that's a bollock story.
It's all. There's loads of weird stuff like that. That happens in medical stuff.
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers, and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
The other thing that I was told when I was younger about medical stuff and that.
Who's telling you this stuff?
My mum told me about it.
Jeez.
Because she always says to me, Dad, because he has too much meat, and she's always like, you know...
Remember the
Feather with the... And he goes,
the troll in his throat.
But, me gran, she had something wrong with her eyes, and they sort of took them out, and they were just dangling on her cheek, and she could still see through them. They were operating on her.
Well, yeah, you would have, yeah.
They sort of say...
No, she wouldn't have been conscious, though.
No, they were then, because it's something to do with the eyes, and it's like... No, it's no good operating on eyes if your eyes are asleep.
What do you mean, your eyes are asleep?
It's like a heart, isn't it? You want to keep them awake.
No,
so keep
what do you mean you want to keep them awake? What, heart surgery is blokes awake? Stop talking shit all your life.
What I mean is they don't stop the heart. They sort of...
they don't stop your heart because it kills you.
Yeah, I know. So what I mean is it's like the eyes. They wanted to make sure they were working, so the only way to do it is keep her awake.
No, it's not, because you don't know whether they're working or not. You can't see what she sees. What, you think you can plug something in and see what people are thinking?
It was something like that.
No, it wasn't something like that.
Well, she could see. She said it was really weird. How, like, you know, you can see...
She could see her knees.
That is bollocks. Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gone and written it down, the little...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Where do you come from? Okie dokie. It's a terrible place. We don't know whether we put our left leg in or our right leg in. Sometimes we shake it all about.
We're not sure if we should.
But, Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? You know, a little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, oh, come round see us, and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He wanted to be in the army but was turned away, and that's the closest thing you can sort of...
How is that similar to
living in the army? Oh, that's exactly like the army, yeah, where they teach you trades and, you know, engineering and flying.
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
What's he got down there?
Just stuff, just like a sleeping bag, a lamp.
He's dug himself a subterranean cave.
Near my old infant school, they knocked it down because it was like a wreck. You'd be in the class and you could lean on the wall.
Yeah,
and your hand would go through it and stuff. And they knocked it all down, and I think that's when he was at his most happy, this bloke.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me. Whether the tales I've heard of horses in houses and big-headed kids with webbed hands and feet, you know, and him, I believe that someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That isn't bizarre to me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do when your budgie died?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
I read me science magazine. Some things I learnt from the science magazine. Number 1, space is running out of space. We should stay out of the sea because shark attacks are up.
Yeah, probably 4 a year now.
Well, he just says here, we should just stop going in the sea. There's no need for it.
Exactly.
Why is there no need for going in the sea?
Just because there isn't now, is there? We've got loads of land. So just, you know, one or the other. We walked out of the sea. Now, this is what I mean about going backwards. Getting back in it again. We came from the sea originally. Now we're going back in it. Don't go in it. Unless you're in a boat.
The rules, according to Karl Pilkington.
The rules of Karl Pilkington.
Oh, God.
Did the podcast and then went for a walk round Manchester Square. Years ago, a woman lived round there who had a head like a pig. She was known as the Pig Woman of Manchester Square. That made me think if there were other pig-headed women knocking about London.
Do you know what I mean? Why was she nicknamed that? Why not just the pig-headed woman? That suggests to me like there was loads of pig-headed women, and that's the one of Manchester Square.
Right.
Well, no, it was more to do with identifying her, not amongst other pig-headed women, but go, have you seen the Pig Woman of Manchester Square? I.e., go down there and see the Pig Woman, it's in Manchester Square.
What happens if she's walked off from there, though, and you go, well, no, but I saw one on New Cavendish Street.
No, well, she'll always come back if you rattle the feed.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. I mean, it is hard to concentrate. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because, you know, you read things, but, you know, it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that? I mean, it's possible, but why do that in a cinema? Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the conga.
Well, yeah, or during ballet. You know, I mean, ballet, they're just dancing. You don't need to listen to the words, just have a conversation. We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof, then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there's bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They drink 100%. They drink ethanol. You know, I don't know why. They love getting off it and they fall down and they're drunk, right? A bee can take in the equivalent of 20 litres of wine, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction, like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that. And then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed and they've got guard bees and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah. They sort of are, right? And they push them away and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough. And they give it a good hiding. And Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face, but I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling round his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it. You know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know. Fly. Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells them you're not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, oh, what are we doing? Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying
There's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot. Well, it's that time, isn't it?
What?
Rockbusters.
Oh, yes, the time that no one looks forward to.
Chimpanzee that, Rockbusters.
Right, so, gave you 3 clues last week, 3 cryptic clues. Some initials of a band or an artist you emailed in. Rob Harding got it, right?
Oh, nice work, Rob.
So, well done. The 3 clues, the first one was, RP for the initials, and the clue was steal that woman's flower. Right? So that was a cryptic clue. The answer there is Rob Plant.
Rob
Plant.
I don't know who that is though. There's no artist called Robert Plant.
That's like Robert Plant. Robert
Robert Plant.
Yeah, but you don't say that. You sort of go, oh yeah, I'm into
it. You do say it.
Have you got the,
it means like
album by Robert Plant. Yeah,
Robert Plant.
They wouldn't go what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Plant.
Are you saying Rubber Plant?
The second.
What are you saying there, Carl? Though
the second one was. It
doesn't work.
The initial was B, and then that was keep whacking the cooker with a stick. Right.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a stick. We pointed that out. Just keep whacking the cooker.
Keep whacking the cooker. Yeah.
That was B. That was Beat Oven.
Beat Oven? I don't know who that is either. Is that a group?
Beat Oven?
Is that the Beatles? Who's the Beat Ovens?
Classical sort of stuff. Beethoven. Beethoven.
No, you said beat it.
Again,
though.
they got it.
Bait. Hold on, wait a minute.
Just saying though, they got it.
It's bollocks.
Rob Harding got it.
No. Beat Oven is not Beethoven.
They got it.
Do you understand?
The last one, the initial was M, right?
I just want to know who Robert Plant is.
Don't be worrying about Robert. No.
Because it's not a name. He's not the one in Led Zeppelin, is he?
So M was the initial. The clue was Venice. It's all water, innit? How would you describe it? There's hardly any land, right? So
canal.
If there's hardly any land, right, it's more water. What sort of water would you get, right?
Wet.
And then what?
Wetville.
No, but just like water that in Venice. What sort of water is it? It's sort of
muddy.
Right? No, not
muddy waters.
No, but how would you describe Venice?
What's the
if there's more.
But what's the initial again?
M. If there's more
muddy waters.
If there's more sea than land, what would you say? Would you say? You'd probably say there's sort of more of it is sea, isn't it? More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea. So that's the answer.
I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
Morrissey. Morrissey. So well done to.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
Well done. Ridiculous.
That's the worst you've ever done.
It's ridiculous.
Morrissey.
Right. If they're that shit, don't do it anymore.
So well done to Robert Harding. He's in London. Right, this week's there's another 3.
Oh so, God, we haven't even come to this week's. I forgot, man.
Fuck, this is the last time we do this. Monkey News back next week.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, well, this is shit. This is pathetic. Really, it's making you look a bigger moron than you are. Morrissey, Robert Plant. They don't fucking work. Let's do Monkey News.
They're getting them right though. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Bit of shit.
Right. The first one, the initials ND. Right. ND. Who is it? Sing songs and that. Right. ND. The clue, that Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. So you've got to sort of imagine, oh, why is it a Jamaican fella?
Yeah.
Right? That Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. ND. Second one, the initial is E. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. Right? It's a band or an artist again. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. And the last one, TR, the initials, TR. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. What I forgot?
What?
He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. So what I forgot?
And what's the
TR for the initials, right? Email in podcast@rickygervais.com. We just pick a winner, send you some stuff. That's Rockbusters. Right?
Well, that's end of another half hour of. Could I just say this? Absolute drivel.
Yeah, I mean, really more than ever.
I mean,
can I be honest with you now, Rick? I'm embarrassed to put my name to this week's show because of the amount of twaddle that has been spoken.
It's my name on it, which is the embarrassing. But you know, let's take the village idiot that is Karl Pilkington. It's his fault because I realised not only has he got an head like an orange, he's got a fucking IQ of an orange. So it's goodbye from me. I'm not saying my name. Goodbye from Steve Merchant.
Why are you mentioning my name? Don't mention my name.
But mostly goodbye from Karl Pilkington.
Mainly his fault. Would you say you've ever been brave? Because I was thinking before we did this, I can't think of a time when I've ever been brave. I don't think I've been cowardly. I've just never been in a situation where I needed to be brave, particularly. I've always managed to avoid fights, conflicts.
Yeah. See, when I was in Salford, I'd nipped to Greg's to get a pasty. I heard some bells going off. I came out. Just thought, oh, I don't know what that is. Went over to the car, sort of thinking, oh, I can't wait to have this pasty when I get home. Cup of tea, nice cup of tea, maybe a bit of bread.
I love the fact that his head was just filled with food because he was buying food and thinking food. When he's eating, I'm thinking I'm eating food. Just one big globular mess of food cells in his head for the duration of the food experience.
I can remember that food thought going on now, and it was probably like 15 years ago. But I remember how happy I was. I'm out of the Greggs, I've got what I want, I'm on my way home, this pie's hot, it's going to be hot when I get home, it's going to be a nice cup of tea, bread.
These are the things you save, and yet you forget really important facts.
Yeah, he doesn't know why wars are happening, but he does remember this.
Yeah, but listen, this is why I remember it. Like I said, you forgot the bit that I said. A bell going off. I don't know what's going on there. I'm walking over the road, put the key in the car, I turn round, bloke comes running out the post office. Obviously the bell's gone off. He's got a big shotgun, balaclava on, and he stops and looks at me. He's there with a big gun in his hand, and he's looking at me. And I wasn't scared. I just was thinking, does he want me pie? I remember thinking, if he said, I want that, I'd have to give it up.
So a man with a gun.
I told Suzanne, she said no, he was probably thinking about nicking your car. He's got
What,
his
he
key.
didn't have a car ready? He came,
No,
he
he
had the
legged it.
balaclava, the gun, and goes, fuck me, I forgot the car.
In the end, he sort of ran off down the back alley.
I love the fact that he looked over at you for a split second and you thought he might be interested in your
Was
pie.
there other people around? Were you sure this happened and you weren't reading a comic book?
No, it happened.
And so he looked you in the face. He saw
through
you.
his balaclava, he made eye contact. I looked at him. Everything sort of stopped for a minute, and then he just sort of legged it off down the back alley.
And what did you do? What did you say to the police when you obviously
I didn't. I just went.
Well, you were a witness to the crime.
Have me pie. Like I said, it was warm. It's not going to stay warm forever, is it?
But when it was on Crime Watch a few weeks later,
No, it wasn't. That's what was weird. I said to Suzanne, "Oh, let's watch like Granada Reports tonight. See if I'm on the telly or anything." Nothing. Didn't even get reported.
Why would you be on the telly if you just ran away?
Didn't say CCTV or something like that. If I was involved in it, if they went, "This happened today in Salford outside Greggs. Are you this man with the pie?" I wanted to make sure I was well out of this one. Because Suzanne sort of said, "Oh, should you get involved?" But you shouldn't get involved because then I'm at risk, aren't I? Nobody was killed.
You are. We're back to bravery again, aren't we?
Yeah, it is bravery.
Go on then.
Well, coming up to today's show, as I said, we've got all the greatest hits of... the greatest
hits?
No, you see...
that is what you said.
Now, I was going to say that there'd be no swearing on today's show. There was a lot... No, there's going to be none at all. No profanity or filth or anything like that on today's show. There was too much last week and it's got to be stopped, seriously.
What, the boss, was it? Is he been nobbling you?
No, higher authority than him.
Really?
Yeah.
What, the radio authority?
No.
They've been on to you? I'll tell you, the reason is because you were just pushing it to last night. I'm not surprised at
it was my mum. I got to stop swearing. Well, it was her birthday, and I phoned her in the week, and she launched straight into it. I was just, well, listen to this.
You taped your mum?
Yeah, listen.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Oh. Do you know you don't have to go far on your radio, don't you?
What?
Your language, my son.
What?
Well, arse and piss and C-T...
I didn't say it. Yeah, no, it's all bleeped out. It's all electronically, cleaned up.
Yeah, I know. You take it steady. I didn't bring you up that way.
Yeah, well, I got it from you. You used to F and C all over the place when I was little.
No, I didn't.
Well, you used to come in with a bottle of gin in one hand and a cigar in the other.
You lying kid.
Yeah, no. Yeah. From a bingo, right? You used to come in with a vicar.
Yeah.
Used to get Nicky's sherries, come in, effing and blinding. You know, I'm 5 years old. How am I meant to be?
You lying toad. You lying toad.
How old are you?
73.
73.
And I used to correct you in every way you spoke.
Yeah.
You didn't learn a lot. You got a real old Berkshire accent.
Well, yeah, I wonder where that came from.
And that other bloke, tell him your handle is Ricky.
Why? What's the matter?
And it's not Gervais, it's Gervais. So correct him when he's on the radio.
Yeah.
Your handle is Ricky.
Yeah. Would you want to give him a message? Because I'm taping this.
Oh, you ain't.
Yeah.
He said, do you want to give him a message? Because I'm taping it.
Faith No More from out of nowhere on XFM 104.9. Well. Yeah.
Pathetic.
What?
Gervais? Oh, you've got to be Ricky Gervais.
My mummy says it's got to be Ricky Gervais.
You don't want to get on the wrong side of her.
Don't call me Gervais anymore, it's Ricky Gervais.
Honestly, you don't want to wind her up.
What's all that nonsense about Handel? Your Handel is Ricky Gervais. What, Handel? What's she talking about?
She was into CB, wasn't she?
What?
Yeah. She was not younger then, she was about 60.
Right.
When it was at its peak, and she used to go around, you know, things like, I'm in the land of the brain bottles, I'll be at eyeball, pregnant roller skate, all that sort of stuff. I don't know what she was talking about. I'm in the pub, right? She used to have a gang.
What, your mum?
Yeah, used to have, they're called the backyardies. They used to come out and, you know, be in the garden. Right. You know, doing a bit of gardening and sort of crazy paving. Yeah, help me with that rockery, Lil Chill. That was her name.
Chill.
Yeah, I was next door. Her name was Lil, and she married Mr. Chill, so she was Lil Chill. Yeah, honestly, you don't want to wind her up. We've got an ad break, then Radiohead, and then the second half of the call. It gets you know why I'm scared of her after this.
XFM.
Yeah, I was funny, right? Because I was in Crowley's show earlier. Gary Crowley. Have you heard of Gary Crowley?
I don't know whether I have or not.
Gary Crowley's a DJ.
Oh.
You better say yes, you have, because he's going to listen to this.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
Not bad.
Oh.
But listen, we've taped all your last 3 weeks. I'm just going to send it to Larry today.
Yeah.
For him to hear.
Good.
You go careful. You do not go near the bone.
I bet you can't wait. You don't believe I'm going to play this, do you?
Not if there's any swearing on there, you better not.
Well, you wouldn't swear, would you?
No. I never taught you to swear anyway. I used to correct you in everything you said and done.
Yeah.
Even to the teas in the water. You remember? And the teas in the butter.
You've never had water?
No.
Unless it's mixed in with beer?
No.
Remember when you taught me to do the dustman's blow when you hold one nostril and blow it all out the others?
You filthy animal.
You taught me that.
I did not.
You used to come in and you used to, if I was naughty, you used to gob at me.
Ian, I'm talking filthy. You know I couldn't do that because things like that makes me sick anyway. Yeah,
I can't wait to play this on Sunday.
No, and I won't wait to get up there and get you.
Do us an ident. Say, Ricky Gervais is my son on XFM.
Ricky Gervais is my son on XFM.
104.9.
104.9?
Yeah. That's it.
I think that's a nice Berkshire accent.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, okay then, 73.
Yeah, don't tell everybody. They all want to join in.
Yeah. All right then. Well, I'll,
Right.
73.
And you go careful what you're saying.
All right then.
Right.
See you later.
Cheerio.
Bye. So, no swearing, Steve, yeah?
I can't believe you're scared of your mum.
I'm not scared of my mum.
You're scared of your mum.
And you said I was drinking last night on the show. Last time. I wasn't.
No, you weren't. Well, you might not have been drinking. You were smoking.
Oh, she knows I don't smoke.
Well, no, she knows you don't smoke cigarettes.
You don't know her, Steve.
Hey, and what about does she know about the steroids? Hey, I mean, how do you explain that physique when you go around to see her?
She just thinks I work out a lot.
Well, it just seems to me, Gervais, that, no swearing on the Ricky Gervais Show. I mean, that's what's made our name. That's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
I mean...
Butter, it is. There's 2 T's in butter.
It just seems to me, Gervais, that you're compromising the show. You're compromising the show.
I wouldn't compromise the show just when my mum's listening. There's Kenny Rogers.
Now, this guy is very interesting.
Kenny.
In South Africa.
Yeah.
You talk about him now. He's this kind of extraordinarily rich man, isn't he? He surrounds himself with beauties. You talk about... So, Kenny asked me to get in the pool with him, you say, and all the women. So, surround himself with all these women. That's just one of them there.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the idea of that. There wasn't really enough room to have a proper swim, as there was a woman in every space. If I had to try and do the breaststroke in the pool, that's exactly what I would have got.
I don't know, for me it was... I couldn't be doing with that, having all these people around all the time.
Yeah. You're quite well off now, aren't you? You've got your nice big house and everything.
I'm all
has
right.
that made you happier than you were when you were
Yeah, it was the thing that I always wanted. That was the main thing, a house. I'm not bothered about, I've told you, clothes aren't anything. I don't wear jewellery because it irritates me. Holidays, the last thing I want to do when I'm not working is get on a plane. because I've been flying about. So really, it's always just been the house has been the main thing that I've always wanted, my space. And I'm happy with it, and I like doing work in it, and I'm happy to have people round, but I'm happy to get them out as well. You know, I'm really house proud.
Yeah.
If you come round, if I ever said come round, I say, oh, can you take your shoes off?
Yeah, are you one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Shoes off.
No matter who it is.
Really?
Yeah, the gas man, he hates it.
I bet.
He's like, oh, do you know how many houses I go to? And it's like, well, if that's the case, you should have those coverers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not inviting
What's
you
so
in.
special about your flooring that the shoes will...
Because it's clean, isn't it? I've cleaned it. I've got a steaming mop. I've got one of those Vax mops. I keep it clean, like I say, I'm house proud. And the point is, I didn't ask for the gas meter to be in the house. I didn't ask for him to come round. I'm always sending my own readings. They're always sending an email saying to give us a reading. So why is he coming round anyway? So if you're going to come round and hassle me when I didn't ask you to come round, they don't make an appointment. They just come round and go, I'm here to read your meter. Well, bring some shoe coverers. Because whilst I was in Japan, I had a sperm test. Have you ever done that?
No, thank God.
I went into... No, it's all right. I mean, it's quite...
Yeah.
It's good. It is hard eating a knob.
So what are you saying? You could...
I'm saying, like, I could eat a knob at night. 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 I could eat a knob on a stick. I could eat a knob at night. 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 I could eat a knob on a stick. I could eat a knob at night. 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 I could eat a knob on a stick. I could eat a knob at night. I could eat a knob at night. I could eat a knob at night. It is hard eating a knob.
What was he talking about?
When you're talking to a stranger, aren't you meant to keep it
above the waist?
Keep it
looking at his bollocks.
Keep it
erect. I made Carl laugh.
With Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington in particular returning to our screens for the second series of An Idiot Abroad, we asked the guys whether fame has changed Karl.
Nothing's changed here, you know, apart from car insurance going up and just being able to get a bargain in a shop. You want to knock the price down, you can't do that once you're sort of known. People go, you made of money. I'm not. You can use this, that's the exclusives for you. I'm not made of money. Doing all right, I'm not moaning. I know people are having it tough.
You are moaning, you're moaning all the time.
I'm not
you never stop moaning, that's what you do. You only moan, that's your job. That's why this show's so good.
Well, you say you can't get a bargain. How much were those trainers?
Oh, 45 pence.
45 pence?
In
right,
Africa.
in Africa.
That's what he gave.
But look
that's
how far
what he
he had
gave
to
to
go.
someone who was selling some trainers in Africa.
Could have given them 50p.
He was over the moon with that.
So I'm pretty sure they said he hasn't changed much, but what if it all goes wrong? Has Karl got a contingency plan?
I know I'll survive, because now, if I'm homeless, anything that's crawling about, I'll have it.
Lovely. Well, at least we know he'll always be okay.
It was recently announced that the lifespan of the 3DS is coming to an end. You'll no longer be able to make purchases on the 3DS eShop by March of 2023, and the closeout's coming in waves starting in May. So I'm going to go ahead and make a video highlighting a checklist you might want to run through before the 3DS eShop closes, since you won't have it for long. This video is really going to be for those of you who like the 3DS and its library, maybe aren't into emulation, and want to be able to play games that may go unplayable in a legal format forever after 2023. We're going to start with some freebies you can get, and then move on to my recommendations for what to buy before the eShop closes forever. I am a hardcore collector, so this list is long. This list is basically anything I found of any gameplay value on the 3DS or Wii U eShops. This checklist is based off the North America 3DS eShop since I'm in America. Now don't panic buy or make rash decisions since you have some time left, and the list of actual exclusives to the eShop is limited. And another thing, do you have a My Nintendo account and a Nintendo Switch? Most non-DLC purchases on the eShop can get you gold points on your My Nintendo account to spend on the Switch eShop, but only if they're properly linked. I didn't realize my accounts were not all properly linked before I made the bulk of my purchases, so I definitely missed out on some big cash, but you can still earn some points to use towards Switch purchases. So I'm going to go in order of what I believe is important. Even if you don't have a huge budget for gaming, there are plenty of freebies you can get as long as you have a 3DS, a memory card, and an internet connection. One thing to note before I dive into the freebies that are being offered is that you will want to upgrade your memory with an SD or microSD card if you haven't already. The 3DS internal memory is piddling, and even the freebies will warrant more than a 16GB card if you want them all. While some sources give the official supported maximum as a 64GB card, you can actually use a 128GB card like I do, as long as you format it first. If you really want to experience the 3DS's digital library the intended way, or are a big game collector, I suggest investing in a decent sized card. One other thing to note is, while you can get SD cards to raise overall storage, DSiWare is limited to only being executable from your completely limited system memory. You can still back up the game's files to an SD card so you'll never lose them even when offline, but it basically boils down to only having a set number of DSi games playable at a given time without swapping them out in SD storage, thereby losing their save file. This really hurts RPGs and high-score based games, but there's not much you can do without homebrew or jailbreaking, and you can still technically play any DSi game at any given time, you'll just lose save data when you swap them back and forth between memories. I broke the list of freebies down into categories: single player, multiplayer, either, tools, trailers, and themes, and we're going to tackle single player games first. If you like Pokemon, you're in luck. There are 6 Pokemon freebies, and I'll start with my favorite, Pokemon Shuffle. While this one, Picross, and Rumble World are free to play with in-app purchases, they really are playable for free, which is what we're going to have to deal with once payments go offline. This is especially so for Pokemon Shuffle, which I've been playing since it came out many years ago. I can't remember ever spending money on it, and there are numerous guides to catching and training top-tier competitive teams floating around. I do say competitive in quotes since the competitions are for high scores, but you'll also want guides for the single-player content. Especially for puzzle lovers, I recommend this one. Despite being another puzzle game, Pokemon Picross is a different story. While both have their similar elements of waiting to play unless you pay, Picross is a little less exciting and has less overall content than Shuffle in my opinion. I do like Picross, and I do like this game overall, but I'd say Shuffle is more of a priority if you're struggling with block space. Still, it's free, and you can get the same feel of catching Pokemon that you get from other games, to a smaller degree of course. Now if you want more action-oriented gameplay as well as that catching and collecting kind of feeling, Pokemon Rumble World's a great free-to-play game which features actual Pokemon battles in real time. This one has good content even for free. Do be sure to check out Rumble U on the Wii U, which is exclusive to its eShop and uses these proto-amiibo figures. That brings us to the Pokemon Special Demos: Detective Pikachu, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon. I never played Detective Pikachu, but there is a special free demo version of it on the eShop that takes you through some of the basic gameplay you can expect in the game. Unlike other demos, the demos I'm listing here can be used infinitely with no restrictions like the non-special demos with limited times to use them. Maybe you only get a little content out of this detective demo, but you can always revisit it later, a special property among these 3DS demos. Likewise, there are 2 semi-legitimate Pokemon experiences in special demo form: the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire demo and the Sun and Moon demo, which similarly have you playing some small missions in their regions and enact real Pokemon battles. You can gain experience, and you can even send special Pokemon or other gifts to the full game version. Nothing spectacular of course, but an unlimited use demo that lets you experience Pokemon and can interact with their full counterparts is worth downloading if you can stomach their high storage usage. That's it for the Pokemon content among the freebies, but they're all worth trying out, at least since they won't be obtainable after March 2023 if you haven't downloaded them once before. I'll briefly go into the other single-player special demos now. The Puzzle Dragons plus Mario Bros. Demo version is another puzzler with some RPG elements. I never bought the full game, but this one is more free and limited use puzzle gameplay for those wanting a free way to spend their time. If you liked the RPG entries listed so far, then you should try the Bravely Second demo and the Monster Hunter Stories demo for a good amount of content in a fantasy RPG setting. I believe the Monster Hunter demo can transfer progress over to the full version as well in case you get hooked. WarioWare is especially fun for small bites of time, which makes the WarioWare Gold special demo entertaining for much longer. That's it for the single-player demos, but there's more single-player free content in the next few apps. Now we're going to talk about Stretchmo and Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. Both of these games have one thing in common, which is that they come with a little playable demo, again unlimited use, but encourage purchasing gameplay packs in different ways. For Stretchmo, you can purchase a few different worlds, each with puzzles to overcome. Stretchmo and the rest of the games in the series are all entertaining and adorable puzzlers, so I paid for all the worlds. If you don't get hooked on the free demo it offers, then maybe delete it to make some space. Similarly, Rusty offers a baseball demo, but you can buy other baseball-oriented games and even get items while playing to try and haggle with them on real money prices. The baseball demo's cute for a moment, but if you like the gameplay, definitely buy Cage Match for challenging hits, Volley Bats for local multiplayer action on a single DS, and Batmaster for crafting custom bats to use in the other games. One of the best things you can download for free is the Nintendo Badge Arcade. I swear this thing is rigged, but it still offers free plays every day to try and obtain special decorations you can use on your home screen, making a house a home. You can definitely obtain most badges with the free plays it gives you, as long as you have more skill than I seem to. Regardless, the ability to decorate your 3DS home screen for free is a must-have, even if this monster takes up so much space, even more than it says up front, kinda like hidden fees when you're buying a car. Another must-have in my opinion is the RPG Maker player. If you have RPG Maker FES, you can make your own RPG games for the 3DS and upload them online. But who cares, since you can download this for free and play all those uploaded games. Are they all good? No. But there are some good ones, and you can filter by rating and popularity and get some free RPGs to spend way more time on than the aforementioned demos. If you enjoy RPGs, or even visual novels and puzzle adventures, you gotta get this one and stockpile up to 16 free games. Now if you have a new Nintendo 3DS XL, you can use Amiibo, or you can use this adapter if you have a different model. If you can use Amiibo and own at least one Amiibo, then you should download Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, another puzzler in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series that uses Amiibos to unlock levels. If you scan compatible Amiibos, you can get great content out of this one. This one's also available on Wii U, so if you want to save space on your 3DS, you can just get it on Wii U instead. And if all that appeals to you, then also check out Amiibo Tap on the Wii U as well for similar content. Lastly on the strictly single-player list is Miitopia Casting Call, which is less of a game and more of a little interactive comedy demo. Funny and worth having if you have oodles of space on your card, but definitely not a priority for regular gamers. Alright, now for those of you who care about multiplayer or may own multiple 3DSs, these games are focused on multiplayer and use local multiplayer so they can be used indefinitely and offline. First up is the Zelda Triforce Heroes Special Demo. Now this one only has one playable level in this demo version, but if you have friends with 3DSs, it's fun to mess around as 3 links for a while. However, the priority member of this smaller list is Metroid Prime Blast Ball, which feels more like a full game, since it's more of its own game meant to spread the word about Federation Force. This can be played 3v3, or you can have bots fill in if you and only one friend are playing. Think of a smaller and somewhat clunkier Rocket League, with mechs firing energy beams at the ball to make goals or destroy opponents. You can even unlock skins. Worth having if you have a friend with a 3DS, since this kind of gameplay has replay appeal. This next one is a little less important but still pretty valid. Mario Party Star Rush is an underrated Mario Party game, and if a friend has one copy, you can use this app to join in a multiplayer game. Useful if you and a sibling have only one copy between you so that you can still play as long as you both have 3DSs. It also comes with one minigame you can play right out the gate for practice, and you can actually level up your profile and transfer that save data over if you do get the full game. Now for the list I call Either, which contains games I felt could be played alone or with friends in meaningful ways. I'll start with Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter Generations, which have a few levels each you can adventure and fight monsters in, either alone or with friends. They each have much more content than the Zelda experience, since that was focused on a limited time online service and supports 4 players instead of just 3. Another free-to-play game with in-app purchases is Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, which has fighting gameplay from the Kirby Clash title mixed with some light RPG elements, and multiplayer mode for cooperative missions. Nothing crazy when compared to a lot of other MMOs, but it has single-player gameplay and cooperative gameplay with gear to collect and challenging bosses to take on. Lots of content here if you're willing. If space isn't an issue, then you should also try the Kirby Battle Royale special demo. After playing a short story demo, you can play a few single-player and multiplayer challenges each day, and even unlock a new game type and new ability, and then send points to the full version if you get it. Then there are 2 games which use the Rusty and Stretch Mode model. Ironfall Invasion offers a free demo mode which has a single-player mission and a limited multiplayer mode. You can buy the unlocked content for $20, but I say don't bother. The single-player mission isn't anything to shake a stick at, but if you and friends want an over-the-shoulder shooter for local multiplayer, you can have 6 players duke it out with the machine guns and grenade launchers. If you have a new Nintendo 3DS XL, you can even use the C-Stick for a pseudo-dual-stick experience. Definitely worth downloading if you know some people who like Gears of War Lite on 3DS. Similarly, Steel Diver Sub Wars, the sequel to Steel Diver, has a similar premise, where you have shooting-based gameplay that can be played with local multiplayer groups. You can purchase the unlocked content for only $10 and even buy some extra submarines from a separate shop if you just want some extra content. But even just for free, you get 2 single-player missions and a great time in multiplayer. I put 2 more apps on this list as either, but they're less games and more of a replacement for PictoChat on the old DS system. SwapNote and SwapDoodle are these drawing applications that can be used to exchange notes with others, or at least SwapNote used to be. Now it just saved any notes you had from before the service went down in favor of SwapDoodle. You can still use it like a drawing tool and save your notes though, so I kept it. SwapDoodle is the newer and still functioning form with a free starter pack for extra note save slots and some other extras available. In SwapDoodle you can still send notes to others, and there are purchasable packs of different lessons and tools, some based on Nintendo properties. Not a priority by any means, since fewer and fewer people will use these apps and other features like Spot Pass and Street Pass, but worth having if you have tons of empty space. Now the less fun stuff. Tools! These are utility apps that serve some minor functions. The Monster Hunter 3 tool is mostly used to move save data between the 3DS and Wii U versions of the game. Similarly, the Monster Hunter Generations tool can move data to the Switch version from the 3DS. The Save Data Transfer tool is for moving save data from a physical version of a game to a digital version of the same game. Don't sweat these ones too much unless you own a Monster Hunter game or have both a digital and a physical version of another game. However, if you care about Pokemon, you will need to download the Pokemon Bank and Transporter apps. These tools are going to eventually be made free to use and are how you house and transfer Pokemon from Generations 3 up through 7 and then move them to Pokemon Home. So they're must-haves if you own any of those generations. Furthermore, if you have the Virtual Console version of Generation 1 or 2 games on your 3DS, this is used for their transfers as well. You can download the Poke Transporter app from within the Pokemon Home app itself. Now the least useful of all of these isn't really a tool, I just put it here since it's not really a game per se. It's Photos with Mario, an AR card app that lets you take photos of Mario characters in different locations as long as you have the right cards. It's basically useless unless you have one of the compatible cards, but it is free and maybe you'll get a pack in the future, off eBay, only worth having if you can spare the space. That's all for applications, but there are a few trailers that are free. Definitely only look at these if you have tons of space, i.e. a 128GB card or something like that. You can download the trailers for Kid Icarus Uprising, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Zelda A Link Between Worlds, and Metroid Samus Returns. You can also download a video with some clips relating to Halloween-themed levels in gaming. These are just videos, but cool and/or cute things to look back on, especially since some of the footage shows previous builds of the game with different graphics. Not a priority by any means, but I like preserving these things for some reason. And finally, for the freebies are the themes. There are several 3DS themes that you can still get for free, most of them listed in a free section in the theme shop. However, I found one bundle of themes that was free but listed instead in the game-specific section, the Gurumin themes. I'll touch on Gurumin later, but it's an adorable game and the themes appear to be free for everyone. I thought at first it was because I had Gurumin 3D purchased, but I do have some spare 3DSs with different accounts on them and it was free on each of them too, so you should check it out. The other free themes are neat too, more interesting than basic colors in my opinion. And while you're here, buy any other themes you would want to since it won't be possible down the road. I want to mention one more thing before I go into my recommended picks for the eShop. These are not immediately going away, but for those of you who have the space, you should consider downloading updates to popular games that you may get down the line, or games that you have now. These can be found by filtering the search and putting the max price at 0. Some of these updates improve stability or fix glitches, and one day they may go away. But no pressure since they're not in any immediate danger. Just something to think about. Oh, and I wanted to mention 2 other little free things that you can get if you haven't already. In the Street Pass Me Plaza, you can get one of 2 free games, a stock market game and a slot car racing game. but I assume most of you have already as long as you've been using the Street Pass Me Plaza. And another freebie you can get as long as you have a My Nintendo account, Flipnote Studio 3D, which is a successor to the Flipnote Studio on DSi. Okay, now for a rapid fire of the games that I want to recommend. I'm just going to give brief descriptions or even just put up a second of gameplay so that you can know whether or not you want to look into that particular game. Let's start with the list I'm going to call priority games in no particular order. And I have purchased most of, if not all of the following titles on some system. This is just how I spend my paycheck. Not all games I list will technically be eShop exclusives, but many of the games on this list will either be difficult or impossible to legally play otherwise, especially the DSiWare titles. First off is Photo Dojo. Do you like fighting games or beat 'em ups? This is either with local multiplayer off of one DS, and you can be the fighter. While not a very deep game, it is a really fun one I've been playing since I was younger. Next is Game & Watch Donkey Kong Jr. Actually, the whole library of Game & Watch is recommended, but if you have to pick just one, I like Donkey Kong Jr. the best. Dragon Quest Wars. Fans of strategy games need this one. It's got local multiplayer on a single DS, and features adorable Dragon Quest characters and a decently smart AI. Soul of Darkness is a pretty well-made Castlevania clone that utilizes camera functions and actually made a younger, edgier me cry with its ending. If you like Castlevania, you could do worse. Pokemon Battle Troze is for puzzle fans who wanted more than Pokemon Shuffle, and perhaps like the original Troze game. This one does have Nintendo polish. If you like the camera functionality of Face Raiders, Pokemon Dream Radar is a fun way to scratch that itch and give rewards to the Gen 5 games at the same time. I always champion side games that interact with the main series. I'm going to go ahead and recommend the entire Level 5 eShop exclusive lineup, but the best are definitely Crimson Shroud, Attack of the Friday Monsters, and Liberation Maiden, as I'm sure you've seen in the other eShop videos. There's a reason these are on everyone's lists. Pocket Card Jockey is also on everyone's list for the eShop grabs. This game has the Game Freak touch for sure. If you're a retro fan, you'll be looking at the Virtual Console games, and you should. While not really exclusive to the 3DS, they may be easier for you to play here. That goes doubly for the Mysterious Murasame Castle, which is a Japan-only title. This is pretty much the only way a Westerner can play this game without emulation, and is very good for an early Famicom game. Similarly, check out Earthbound Beginnings, which was a Famicom game released with an English patch here on the Wii U. Also on Wii U is Kuru Kuru Kururin, a game that never came to the US when it was on GBA, but now it's here on Wii U, and it's a great mix of puzzle, time attack, and physics. Also check out Sin and Punishment on Wii U, since that's another game the US didn't get, and instead we only got its sequel on Wii. I always thought this next one was related somehow to Murasame, but it's just another Nintendo samurai game. Sakura Samurai is a very artful game that makes really good use of the 3D effect. If you like Street Pass, you need to check out the Me Plaza games. I went ahead and got them all, but at least for your free game, get Slot Car Racing. I would also recommend Me Force and Monster Man are the most from the others, though I do think they all offer a fun experience with interactions from other players if you can get a Street Pass. Also take a look at the premium paid update for Street Pass Plaza, which adds a few small features. The next one you might skip since there are other games in the series with very similar gameplay, but I do adore the Yumi series, especially Yumi's Odd Odyssey, a puzzle platformer on 3DS. Maybe skip it if you have its sequel on Switch. This DSiWare exclusive is a mix of stealth and puzzle gameplay, a clever game called SKP Go. I've been playing this one since I was younger, and it has a little storyline about an amnesiac who's pursued by assailants, and challenging gameplay along with it. Another one I grew up with, Elemental Masters, is one of those TCG role-playing games set in a fantasy world. Kinda similar to Puzzle Quest in the setup, but the gameplay is more like a side card game from a regular RPG, like the one in Final Fantasy VIII, or the Digimon TCG in Digimon World 3 or Pazak. I'm currently having a lot of fun playing Chibi Robo Photo Finder. Now, I never had or played the original Chibi Robo, but I did play Park Patrol on DS and thought it was fun, and this one scratches that similar itch. Consider getting Inazuma 11, a soccer RPG game that does not get many releases in the US, though if you're in the JP or PAL regions, there were many released in the series. I love when RPG elements and stories get mixed with non-traditional setups like sports or random careers. Take a look at the other members of the Pushmo series, like Pushmo and Crashmo, if you like Stretchmo enough to buy the level packs, that is. Also check out Pushmo World on Wii U. I'm addicted to them all right now. Also, if you do care about Pokemon, then grab the Game Boy and Game Boy Color Virtual Console versions, since they have connectivity with the other games, as I mentioned before. Long story short, this is the only legit way to transfer Gen 1 and Gen 2 originating Pokemon up to the new games. It's also one of the only legit ways to shiny hunt Celebi, since Crystal comes with the special Celebi event preloaded. If you like the BlazBlue series, consider the DSiWare game BlazBlue or the 3DS game BlazBlue Clone Phantasma. Neither's amazing, but still decent side games for lovers of the BlazBlue story or already own a game like X-Blaze Code Embryo on PS3 for the story. And go ahead and look at Pro Jumper and Radio Hammer while you're on the Arxis and Axis pages in the eShop. Birds and Beans and Paper Airplane Chase are WarioWare micro games for sure, emphasis on micro, but both have addicting high score-based gameplay. Birds and Beans has an unlockable second mode, and Airplane Chase has single DS multiplayer mode. A similar title, Spotto has simple gameplay, but physics-based games are always a treat. If you own or care about Smash Bros. On Wii U, you can get this cheap app to use your 3DS as a controller for the Wii U version. Touch Battle Tank Tag Combat and Tank Troopers are the two better tank-based games I've found, though Tanks vs. Ants looks decent. If you only get one, I recommend Tank Troopers, since Touch Battle Tank Tag Combat, that is a mouthful, needs a second copy to play multiplayer, while Tank Troopers can use download play. 80s Overdrive is a classic retro racer that reminds me of Victory Run or Final Lap Twin, and you guys know I love Final Lap Twin. It does lack an open world to explore like Final Lap Twin, but the racing feels nice and the upgrade system helps with that RPG feel. Another similar title is Gotcha Racing, which has a similar mechanic, but a vastly different, cutesier art style. Take your pick, they're both fun to play. There are 3 Kirby games that are kind of leaving with the eShop. Kirby Fighters Deluxe, DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe, and Kirby's Blowout Blast. All this alliteration. These are expansions upon minigames from the mainline titles, and are all fun. I do like the multiplayer fighting aspect of Fighters Deluxe, but the gameplay gets reused in the free-to-play Team Kirby Clash as mentioned before. Blowout Blast is a well-made 3D platforming action game, and DDD's Drum Dash is a rhythm game that somehow reminds me of some of the bonus stages in Klonoa on GBA. All are worth getting in my opinion since they have that Nintendo polish. This is the part of the video where I realized it was going to take way too long to capture all of the 3DS footage manually like I've been doing, and I wasn't experienced enough to edit it all together and keystone it correctly. So from here on out, we're mostly going to be looking at the 3DS eShop listings and other very small clips, and I might have to cut some things down. But we're going to get all the names out there of the games that I think are important. Another rhythm platformer everyone's talking about is Harmonite, which I personally think may be a little overhyped, but I still think it's a great game, and it's a shame it's going away. Take a look at Maestro Green Grove as well if you have the system storage to spare. There are a lot of good shoot-'em-ups that will be going away. Karis, the Beast of Re-Eden is not an amazing game, but is based on a Japan-only shoot-'em-up that we didn't get here, and I love it when games get this import treatment years later. Another game to get a similar import was Rekka, which is an astoundingly hard and fast-paced game. The Turvy Strike Back is a unique game in which you turn the DS upside down to play, and has single DS multiplayer mode. Can you tell yet that I love single DS multiplayer mode as a feature? I really liked Advance Wars back in the day too. Galaxy Saver is another well-made shoot-'em-up which does have local wireless play, though 2 copies are needed. Still, single player is worth its price tag. Nano Assault DX is another one I've had for a while and gives a unique spin on the genre and has good 3DS effects, for those who actually care. Also check out the litany of shoot-'em-ups under the GG label. Search for the publisher Good Vision Corporation, as most are well made. They're pretty cheap, though they lack all the extras, modes, and pizzazz of some other titles. Still, cheap and fun for most games under this label, and they're not just shoot-'em-ups. Also take a look at Kokuga, Chain Blaster, and Steel Empire. And while not really a shoot-'em-up, Affordable Space Adventures on the Wii U is a great game with co-op gameplay, flying a ship around dangerous space. Though you can get this next action-adventure title on other systems like the PSP, the 3DS version of Gurumin 3D does have a unique feature in the 3D visuals, something which can be said of any game ported here, but Gurumin is also a terrific and cheap game which often goes on sale. Fans of puzzle and adventure visual novels should try out the Parascientific Escape series and Cold Case Investigations Distant Memories. I loved 999 on DS, and these help scratch that itch when I'm on the go. For golf lovers, especially those who like golf games with mild RPG elements like I do, look at Fun Mini Golf Touch, as it's cheap and has plenty of unlockable options and upgrades. Also look at Let's Golf 3D and True Swing Golf Express for similar features. Here's an odd one, I don't know how to classify this. Alien on the Run is kind of an action game that has a weird but comical premise with fun gameplay and a pretty cheap cost. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games we're losing. I loved the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on GBA as a kid, and also played a bunch of Donkey Kong 94. Minis March Again features a Lemming-style gameplay and has a level editor adding replay value. Minis on the Move brings the series into a 3D space and has unlockables as well as over 200 stages. Tipping Stars is slightly expensive for this list at $20, but you get a Wii U copy as well. The aforementioned Amiibo Challenge is part of this series, but like I said, it's free as long as you have an Amiibo that works with it already. One thing to note about Tipping Stars is, unless they patch it before the shop goes down, you can't actually unlock everything in the game. There was an unlock feature in there based on the Miiverse, which is now offline, so you have to pick what you buy in the shop. Kinda sucks, but maybe they'll fix it. Either way, it's still worth grabbing for the single-player content. Now, if you're a fan of puzzle games and Dr. Mario, take a look at Dr. Mario Express for a cheap way to play the original game, or snag Dr. Mario Miracle Cure for extra gameplay modes. And then also check out Dr. Luigi on the Wii U. I never got into this series until now, but the mix of action and tower defense in the Dylan series is interesting. The third game is quite expensive at $40, but is probably the best of the three. Still, they're all good and going to be gone forever until further notice. Die-hard fans of the WarioWare series should get WarioWare Snapped. This one uses the camera as its sole control scheme, like the Kinect, to mix results. Even though it's short and maybe a tad off-kilter, it's truly got the spirit of WarioWare, and like the other titles, even messing up on it's funny. Similarly, Face Pilot is like Pilot Wings, but with your face as the controls, and probably controls better than the Kinect. Alright, so now I'm going to go into a long list of RPGs. Action RPGs, traditional JRPGs, and everything in between, since there are so many on the eShop, and I just can't stop buying them for some reason. Many of these go on sale frequently, and I'm a sucker for RPGs and would recommend any of these, really. Naturally, you're liable to pick one or two from the list, and you can't go wrong. Okay. Xenonia, Ash, Machine Knight, Infinite Dunamis, Cronus Arc, Alphadia, As Divine Cross, Unlucky Mage, Brave Dungeon, Cristorino, Journey to Crazia, Legna Tactica, The Abyss Quartet, The Witch and Hero series, the X-Cave trilogy, the Legend of Dark Witch series, Demon King Box, Bonds of the Skies, Dragon Sinker, Faerun, Crystal Adventure, Kingdom's Item Shop, Adventure Bar Story, Adventure Labyrinth Story, Symphony of Eternity, Dragon Lapis, Crystal Monsters, Pick Dun 2, the River City series, Weapon Shop de Omasei, Absolute Baseball, Ikachan, The Keep, the Denpa Men series. Now, I don't regret buying any of these, and I am being completely honest, though I'm a bit of a collecting nut. If a bunch of random names being thrown out at you didn't grab your attention, then at least please look at Weapon Shop de Omasei and the Denpa Men games. Weapon Shop de Omasei is a comedic rhythm RPG game about being the guy who forges weapons for traditional RPG characters. This one is a funny one to play right after playing one of the traditional JRPGs off this list. The Denpa Men is a great one where you can use the camera to capture little flying green screen technicians and form a dungeon-going party. Also, I want to mention Unchained Blades here. It is on the PSP, but we all know about the PSP shop, so maybe grab it here since it's a great dungeon crawler in first person with huge battles. Okay, cool. I'm going to take a break from the RPGs. Here are some other mentions. Xscape is a sequel to a Japan-only shooter which pushed graphical limits back in the day on the Game Boy. This one isn't pushing any limits now, but it reminds me a lot of Red Alarm on the Virtual Boy in like a good way, so you should check it out if you like those. It's also very Star Foxy. Sky Piece is a game about boarding in the sky and getting high scores. It's pretty addicting. Super Strike Beach Volleyball is a cute little volleyball game, and I know that doesn't sound mega interesting, but I swear I love these simple little games as a break in between serious games. The Queen TV Game 2 is a really indescribable game, and with profanity, but for some reason it was only 2 cents, so yeah, I bought it, and you can too, for 2 cents. It's basically free. There are some Ace Attorney games that are only on the eShop and on mobile, so unless you want to play those on your phone or wait for the remaster, then get it here. Lionel City Builder 3D is another relaxing game, and it's about trains. Enough said. Pirate Pop Plus is a simple game that reminds me of old LCD games like the Tiger Electronics games. It's cute, and I think the pirate is the same guy from Runbow, but I could be wrong about that. Conveni Dream and Gourmet Dream are also simple, relaxing, little cute shop management games, and they're always fun to have on the go. Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D is not really exclusive here, but the only other versions of the game I could find were the iOS versions, which only work on the older iPods anyway. I did buy it on my old iPod back in the day, and it is a fun one. So yeah, it may as well be exclusive to the eShop, and this version does have 3D capabilities anyway. Not so many shooters on 3DS, but if Ironfall's demo was enough for you, then you're probably fine without it. The Electroplankton series is a weird one, but they're exclusive here and all pretty cheap. At least get Hannenbau since they made this one into a Smash Bros. Stage. The Mighty series has a couple games exclusive here, like Mighty Milky Way and Mighty Flip Champs. All of them are quality platformers. Ancient Tribe is another cute little game that reminds me of Populous, if anyone remembers that one. Amiibo Battle is a different vibe, but also checks off the RTS-style gameplay. Moki Moki is a simple party game, but also has download play, so that makes it worth it to me and my extra DSs. Fighting/beat-em-up Cosmo Fighters also checks this box, and I love fighting games where only one copy is needed, like most fighting games on console. Man, more stuff should have been download play. Mononoke Forest has a similar aesthetic feel to Moke Moke, but their gameplay is completely different. Very cute though. The Spirit Hunters duo are like the Denpa Men, but if you like creatures better than weird men, then look at these ones. After Zoom is a similar concept, but the art's probably somewhere between Spirit Hunters quality and Denpa Men quality, which I didn't really like the Spirit Hunters creatures personally. Animal Puzzle Adventure actually got my attention for having a unique puzzle style. Another great puzzler is Banana Bliss Jungle Puzzles, which has you competing with your previous times and looking for hidden bonuses while trying to math out some platforming puzzles. Zombie Panic in Wonderland DX is a deluxe version of a WiiWare title, so if you're feeling salty that you missed some of the stuff on the last Nintendo Shop's death, you can save this one on the second go-around. A comical shooter that reminds me of Wild Guns and has good music. Another zombie game I like is Undead Storm Nightmare, which is a top-down shooter with download co-op. I love these kinds of games now more than ever. You should also check out Zombie Incident, and while you're on the Colavier publisher page, look at Words Up Academy, Monster Combined Tower Defense, Comic Workshop 2, and their aquarium games Deep Sea Creatures and My Aquarium 7 Oceans. This publisher has a lot of cute games, which I'm kind of a sucker for. Puzzle Labyrinth is a great first-person puzzler. Dot Eater's another first-person style game, but instead of puzzles, you basically become a first-person, time-traveling Pac-Man. Other puzzlers I want to mention are Snapdots, Spin 6, Number Battle, Trajectile, Quetzal's Corridors, and Lincoln Launch. The Virtual Console version of Super Mario Bros. Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3 contains the e-reader DLC that never got released here otherwise, so if you like Mario, you should check it out. You may also want to check out Pokédex 3D Pro if you're a die-hard Pokemon fan, though it's a little pricey for what it is. It does have some quiz games to check your knowledge. And to wrap it up, here's a rapid fire of some smaller titles I still want people to check out before they fade into the past and obscurity. A Kappa's Trail, Luxley, Clash of Elementalists, Rhythm Heaven Megamix, Groove Heaven, The Usagi Duo, The Lost Town Duo, Sadame, Castle of Magic, Arrow Porter, Starship Damray, Gata Protectors, Defense of the Middle Kingdom, Dairojo Samurai Defense, Chronos Twins, Petit Novel Harvest December, Swords and Darkness, Grinsia, Creeping Terror, the Silver Falls games, which are apparently getting new releases soon, Fragrance Story, in case you didn't get a physical copy recently, Hazumi, Butterfly, Inchworm Animation 2, Amita's Path, Space Lift Danger Panic, Color Zen and Color Zen Kids, BitBoy Arcade and Puzzle Box Setup, Dress to Play Magic Bubbles, Escape Vector, Fluidity Spin Cycle, Crazy Construction, Cube Tactics, Pyramids, Ambition of the Slimes, Drancia Saga, Alchemic Dungeons, Jet Rocket 2, Siesta Fiesta, Bomb Monkey, Tokyo Crash Mobs, Art of Balance Touch, Gangstar 2, Flipper 2, Zoo Frenzy, Candle Root, Wizard Defenders, Flip the Core, Flametail, Metal Torrent, Penguin Patrol, Aura Climber, Smile Basic, Kersploosh, and Castle Conqueror Heroes. And that was the end of the list of specific titles. Whew! You should also check out specific publishers that you care about and see if anything strikes your fancy. Also check out the Virtual Consoles and 3D Classics, as well as the GG series for short, cheap arcade action. And finally, check for DLC. If you care about any DLC, such as the Fire Emblem DLC, get it while you can. I'll list some of the popular games that have DLC that you can buy. Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates, that's the kicker right there unless you have the expensive special edition, and Fire Emblem Echoes. Senran Kagura 2, it has an extra playable character you can buy. The Monster Hunter games, they all have free little updates and extras. Persona Q. Super Smash Bros. Get all the characters. Theatrhythm. You can get some songs that you really should have gotten with the base game for the same price as an actual iTunes song. The Shin Megami Tensei games. Bravely Default. Mario Golf World Tour. Fantasy Life. The Harvest Moon series. The Etrian Odyssey series. Coldcept Revolt. RPG Maker FES. You can get some extra resources to build with. Hyrule Warriors Legends. And 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD. Alright, awesome. That's my huge, way too long checklist for the eShop before it closes. I know it was a long video, but you have to be thorough and complete when something like the finality of a closing bank of games happens. Thanks for watching, and I hope something on this litany of things educated you or helped inform you on what you want to get before it closes. If you have any comments or questions, I will definitely be in the comments on this one since this is my biggest project, and my first scripted video on the channel, and want feedback and to hear your picks in case I missed a big one. I'd be excited to hear about another one I can get before it's gone, so please share. Also, I want to mention that a lot of these games do go on sale, so maybe stock up on your credit and then wait until the last possible moment and grab anything that's on sale. Alright, thanks for watching.
TV.
I just think there was a kid who grew up in our avenue, right, on the estate, who, when it was born, right, we kind of thought it's got no chance, this kid, because its man was a bit of a rumman. You know,
a rumman? Where's that?
No, just like, you know, she liked going out and having a fag and like having a drink, and she's never at home. It's the one who had the horse in the house.
Sure.
Right, which I don't want to go over.
Sure, it's old news.
It's out there, isn't it, if you want to find out about the horse in the house. But she had a kid, and everyone was pretty surprised when they saw it, because it was a good-looking kid. She was surprised, because, like, you know, the man wasn't that good-looking, the dad was a bit rough. But it came out, and she was showing it around the avenue, going, look at this I've had. And she was chuffed with it, because it's probably like one of the newest things she's ever had, because everything else was always sort of second down and what have you. But suddenly she's got this brand new little baby, right? Anyway, as it grew up, right, those looks went. Right. And I'm not talking getting old, I'm talking by the age of about 3. It looked rough already, right? And all that just happened because that's the life it was in, right?
Yeah.
So like it had like a patchy head. Its hair.
It what? It had a patchy head.
A patchy head. It's just sort of.
It wasn't a North American Indian. What do you mean, a patchy head?
Just his hair was patchy. He used to chase sort of cars and stuff.
It's cars. Sorry. What do you mean?
That's what he did for his.
Sorry, did she let it get raised by wolves?
No. But all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what is it that makes a person? Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't know what state he's in now, but maybe he learned all his mistakes by the age of 4. Well, the only time I wanted a wig was when I did jury duty once, right? And it was annoying that I was sat on the jury right in front of, like, these criminals, right? Everybody else has got disguises. The judges have them wigs on, right?
That's not disguises!
It is a disguise. That's a disguise. That's why judges wear them, right?
No! Well, then why did they print their name in the paper and have a picture? What do you mean it's a disguise?
Well, it's a disguise, isn't it?
No! If it was a disguise, they'd go in with one of those glasses with a nose and the beard attached if it was a disguise. All judges would look like Groucho Marx if it was a disguise.
Well, I'm just saying that's what annoyed me when I was sat there on the front row, right? I couldn't have been any closer to the criminals, right? I was sat there and I thought, why didn't I just pop a little wig on or a pair of glasses?
I would have loved to have seen you you in the front row at Crown Court.
No,
I'd love to see it because in this country you're not allowed to show pictures of jurors. You can't take photos in a courtroom, so there's always these sketch artists that draw drawings, and it's on the news. The idea that we'd have seen 11 people and a sort of Krusty the Clown figure would have been amazing.
Yeah, I would love to see the artist do an interview, because it would be like complicated people. Oh, hey, he looks into characterful, and then just a little round head.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown sitting on the end. Okay, Carl, you're in charge of the world now. You are this. You're all powerful. You're like a god. Okay, you can do anything. You call all the scientists, and they go, "What do you want of us?" Oh, orange-headed one. What the fuck do you want of us? Right? What do you want them to do? Go. What do you say?
Well, I want to come in and... How long have they been working on the Big Bang idea?
Forget it. You've got every science...
No, but I don't just want to come in and poo-poo that, because they're going to...
Poo-poo.
They've done a lot of research on
Hold on, you wanted to stop a minute ago?
Yeah, I know, but you don't just come in, guns are blazing. I'd say, hello,
you can
everyone.
do anything you want. Oh, go on then.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Carl, leader.
Right, listen, this Big Bang thing you've been doing...
Yeah, well, that's just only a few of us. That's like less than 1,000,000% of us. We're all here.
Yeah.
I've dropped AIDS research. I've dropped cancer research.
Right, well, why have you dropped that? Who's told you to do that?
Well, no, we knocked off. They said you wanted to tell us something. We're all here. Every scientist in the world
Well,
is
listen,
here.
what research are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm looking at what happens if you give Feminax to an owl.
What happens?
Well, I'm halfway through it. I got called away.
Look, I'm really busy. What do you want me to work on?
Who said they're doing cancer? Go back to work.
Cheers.
Right.
Okay, the rest of us doing stuff that you think we're fanning around with. What would you want us to do?
Well, I can't do it all today.
What about me? I was doing AIDS.
Hang on a minute.
I was doing AIDS.
You just wait a minute.
Right, okay, why does cancer get to go back? Are you saying that cancer's a bigger problem than AIDS?
You go back to work.
So AIDS go back. I'm doing restless legs.
Right, can everybody but the Big Bang people leave?
These words of wisdom will be inscribed on a wall of a museum one day. Proceed.
I think trousers are going to be stopped being made. Just because you see kids now, they've got pants around their ankles. They're going further and further down. So I think that's evolution, just getting rid of the trouser.
Right.
It's just dropping naturally.
That's the evolution of the trouser, because it's dropping incrementally
Well, you see now,
down
you can
the
see
arse.
kids' underpants, so they're just dropping.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to a point when they just don't bother wearing them anymore.
Right.
Prediction 1.
Okay,
That's an amazing one.
They'll stop making trousers in the future.
Good.
Okay.
We're going to get weaker. That's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
They used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now they're saying eat 5 fruits.
Right.
So we've definitely that's evidence. You can't argue with that. I'll probably put that first because he goes right. What's number 2? So swap that round.
Okay, that's number 1.
Give him the pants second.
Yep.
I'm gonna die.
Okay,
they
number
used
3.
to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. They used to say pull your trousers up. Now they say put them down. You can. I've never had such fucking dribble.
Number 3.
Right, number 3. Oh, the scholars are now waiting with bated breath when they find this old scroll, and they go, "Ooh, what can number 3 be?"
I reckon we'll blend all our food.
Oh God!
No, because
I honestly thought then we were going to make a point about race. When you said, I never thought it would be. We'll blend all our food.
like they do for babies, you mean?
I just think when you think about all the stuff we eat now, cavemen chewing on big lumps of meat.
Yeah.
we had wisdom teeth.
Yep.
Now they say they'll take them out, you're not using them.
Yep.
Why are you not using them? Because your food's soft.
Yep.
Sorbet.
Yep.
Soups.
Yeah.
You know, everything's softer,
Just
isn't it?
those
When you
two,
get an
yeah.
avocado, they say, is it soft? Everyone's squeezing the food before they buy it.
Yeah.
No one wants anything tough.
Yeah.
So I think chewing is a sort of
It's a thing of the
past. We haven't got the time to chew. Everyone's like, hurry up, eat that. You don't have to go out for dinner with Ricky. He's like, hurry up. Like, I'm still eating
Well,
it.
he does blend his food, I think. Okay, so blending food.
Great.
I reckon... what else do we do now? So I've done teeth. Done trousers. I've come up with this idea. It's sort of like glasses, but you can live wherever you want to live.
What do you mean?
Everything that's real, you're not looking at that anymore. This is really the future. I'd put this at number 10. This is like...
We're only doing 5, fuck me.
So what you mean is that you look through the glasses and instead of seeing what the real world, you see a tropical
what
paradise.
You want to see. So if you're a young kid and you like the idea of living in the urban ghetto with all graffiti on the walls and that, you can see that.
Yeah, but hold on, are you walking round? Because you'll be bumping into stuff, won't you?
No.
Why not?
No, what you mean is that the stuff that's there in the real world is being digitally reimagined in your glasses. So what was a nice country lane is suddenly now an urban ghetto.
It's got loads of graffiti on it.
Sure.
Absolutely mental, pointless, would never work. Absolutely one of the maddest things you've ever said.
Really weird, that one.
Yeah,
It could be done. I reckon it could be easily done.
Why would it be? Okay,
Because-
that last one, that's number 4. That's a load of bollocks. So what's number 5?
There'll be more letters in the alphabet.
Why?
Why?
Because we're running out of words now, aren't we?
No, we're not running out of
No, we
words.
are. We are definitely running out of words.
Just using the letters we've already got and making new words.
Yeah, we're making,
No, but we haven't got enough now.
Of course we have. Have you any idea? You could have a word with 9 L's before you run out.
Yeah, and they do in Wales and what have you. That's because their alphabet is shorter than ours. They've only got something like 24 letters over there.
Right.
They go mental with the L. Now what we do is we've got 26 letters, but we are now struggling.
We're not struggling at all.
We are.
We're not. I mean, it's a stupid...
Boswallocks in shampoo. Now there's a word where they've gone, well, we've invented something here. We've got something we're putting in shampoo.
Boswallocks?
Boswallocks.
Have you just made that up?
No, it's now they go, new with Boswallocks and ceramide R. Yeah, but that's a new word because they have to, they come up with a new word.
But it's a terrible word.
Why?
Boswallocks.
It's another word. Is
that real? You've missed that out,
No, I haven't. That's a real word.
Yeah.
Now this is what I'm saying. So years ago when they came up with all the sensible ingredients, sodium. That sounds all right.
He likes sodium. He doesn't like Boswallocks.
Because it sounds like something in it, like an ingredient.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're used to it.
Is this a load of Boswallocks? Are you winding me up?
No,
the two of
it's
you?
real.
It's real. And that's because 26 letters, we've wasted them. Years ago we went mental with the, pneumonia, sticking a P on it. And there's loads of words where you go, what's that letter doing in there? Whereas now, they can't do that. They've gone, whoa, pull that back. Why is that letter there? And now you've got stuff like abbreviations and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's not waste letters. Let's just control it a little bit. Cars are called things like, GTI or something, because they're going, well, I can't think of a word to call this. So they're giving them letters. Think of a word now. Think of a word that hasn't been made up.
What do you mean?
Well, tell me a word that hasn't been made up.
All words have been made up.
No, one that hasn't. That could be used. Say if I invent something now to put in shampoo, what can I call it? Quick.
Cranberry.
No, it's too close to that. No, we can't get that past the advertising person.
Scrimpton.
Scrimpton.
Yeah.
It took Ricky 2 goes and you accepted his second one.
Well, I think we've sorted out the future. One of my first disappointments with football, I was 10 years old, okay, and one of the teachers was in charge of the football team, my junior school, and I went down to Tutty's, it was, a shop in Reading with Mum. So it's white socks, black shorts, white shirt, got that. Knocked on his door. I said, I've got my kit. You went with the trials yesterday. You missed it. That was it for a year. Right? Next year, where the trials, got the trials, okay? He was going, everyone, I want to give it 100%, right? Really try hard, really try hard. He's watching people play, right? I made sure that every time I ran by him, I was out of breath. Like, really trying. Every time I ran by him, he sort of looked at me, I think, yeah, right. Came to it, he said, the team is this, I'm left out, right? He went past me, and he went, you've clearly got asthma.
So you didn't make that team either?
Yeah, and I didn't, and I vowed that day, never try hard at anything.
Yeah, well, you've certainly kept that up.
Yeah.
Question from Kevin. He says, Carl, other than the famous boxing match that you've often talked about, I know that took up about 20 minutes of your time, have you ever been in any other kind of fight? I don't suppose a slangy match. I think they're talking, have you ever been in a physical fight?
Once that I can remember. It was over a woman. Well, a girl. I was at school.
Yeah.
And it was because, like, it's hassle, innit? Right, relationships when you're younger.
How old were you?
About 7.
It was over a woman.
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
And there was this girl knocking about who, you know, she was quite good looking, everybody liked. And my mate, he really liked her. And I didn't sort of ask her out on that, but she just sort of took a shine to me and stuff. Right? And didn't really go out with her properly. It's at that age where going out with someone is just like sort of going, all right, in the morning, do you know what I mean? You just sort of nod your head.
Yeah.
And that. Anyway, there was some sort of school disco. And they were playing Spin the Bottle or something. Right? And I sort of wandered over to see what was going on. And I stood on this girl's dress and put a hole in it. And she started crying. I was like, oh, I can't be doing with this. Right? You know, what's up with you? It's old, what's up with you? And everyone's going, Carl, what are you doing? That's meant to be your girlfriend and that. You should be sort of saying, oh, I'm sorry, and giving her a hug and all that, and saying it'll be all right, we'll sort the dress out. I said, oh, I can't be dealing with this. Right? So she's crying her eyes out, so it's over, right?
Oh, it's over, you saying, all right, in the morning. Yeah.
No more of that.
Yeah, there's no more. Right. In the morning.
So I go to the toilet, right? And this lad who fancies her comes in and goes, you're out of order, you know. I'm saying, what are you on about?
Sorry, there's 2 7-year-olds. Yeah, you're out of order. Keep out.
Yeah. Cut it out. Show her a bit of bloody respect.
Sorry, were you wearing trilbies?
Yeah. He put his cigarette out in the sink and he just said, leave it.
Get out of my face.
So I just sort of said, look, why are you getting involved and all that?
Yeah.
2 7-year-olds. Yeah. Why are you getting involved?
And it was obviously like because you know he fancied her and that. We had a bit of a fight in there. Yeah. I accidentally, you know, sort of chipped his tooth on a sink.
Oh, is it like a proper...
Sorry, this is like someone from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? 2 7-year-olds in a toilet.
So you put a hole in her dress. I don't know how that... What were you wearing? Football boots? How did you make a hole in her dress?
I don't know. It was like that sort of material.
You were wearing winkle pickers.
Like crepe. You know what I mean? It was like a crepe dress or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And that got a hole in it.
So you're having and when you say you're having a fight, I mean, are you wrestling with it? You got arm locks and head locks?
A little bit of wrestling and shoving about and that. And it was an accident. I didn't sort of go, right, I'm going to break your teeth or anything. It's just that I happened to push his head down and his tooth hit the sink.
Right.
And it chipped and what have you. After that, like, I sort of left there and stuff. And we had to go into assembly. And there was a copper in there doing some presentation saying, listen, kids, you know, don't get into trouble because we're out there and we'll get you. Right, so sort of trying to teach the kids young not to get into any trouble and stuff. So I'm sat in the assembly room thinking, oh, God, there's a copper here talking. And like my mate's going to come in a minute, like with a chipped tooth and everything. And
questions are going to get asked.
That's what kind of happened. I mean, the coppers didn't get involved.
Yeah.
Did you turn your back on violence after that then?
Yeah. He said, you'll never take me alive, copper.
So yeah, that was the sort of last fight.
Brilliant.
A friend of mine got a gift, or rather gave it as a gift. I don't know if you've been familiar with these. It's a charity organisation, and you go on their website or you phone them up, and you can give someone else the gift of, say, a goat. And it's a sort of goodwill thing, you know what I mean?
So you buy an African family a goat,
that will help them for years.
And it's
to come.
like you're saying, well, I would have bought you a present.
Yeah, but I've used that money wisely.
Yeah, so it's almost like they've given
exactly
the present. They've given the goat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful idea. But as soon as he told me about it, I thought to myself straight away, knowing Karl's views on charity and giving, I wondered what his views would be.
Well, are they happy with the present over there? Like the people who are getting it?
You're an idiot. What, you think an African family wakes up and there's a little goat with a ribbon tied round it, and they go, oh, look what Santa brought us.
Look, and that mince pie's gone on that glass of milk.
You're such an idiot.
No, but what I'm saying is, does that family want a goat?
Yes.
But why?
It's not they want a goat, it's they need a goat. Do you think... What do you think this organisation is?
Just arbitrarily giving goats to people.
They're going to say, oh, I wanted Nintendo. What are you thinking?
Well, what I'm saying is, right, let me put myself in their shoes. Well,
this will be
they
a
haven't
first.
got any. But say I'm one of them, right, over there. Right, I'm sat there, it's Christmas Day, right? I open it up, open the present, little goat there, right? Now, if I was one of them, I'd be going... Not another mouth to feed. At the end of the day, there isn't enough food to go round for themselves, never mind a goat. Don't they say, like, having a dog and that is quite expensive? Sometimes they say, you know, what with all the injections you've got to give it.
Well, I'm assuming it's all above board. The goat's had its injections. That's what some of the money goes towards. It's just a way of redirecting cash.
But the thing is, why do they want that goat? What's the main reason? What does a goat give you?
Milk.
Right. Now, wouldn't it be easy to just send them a bottle of milk? Without all the hassle and the headaches that come with it. That's all I'm saying. And the other thing is, think about the goat. That was happy over here. Suddenly, it's on barren land. No grass.
I'm gonna burst! What do you mean?
You didn't send a goat from here.
I'm saying, who's happy at the end of this, right? You've got a fella who hasn't got a present over here because the mate bought him a goat, right? So yeah, let's do this properly. So there's a tick. He's not happy, right? Then you've got the person who's opened it, who, like you said, wanted something else, right? It's a goat. They go, who's going to look after this, right? So tick, they're not happy. And then you've got the goat going, what am I doing here?
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him, because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
They're
are they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
the Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait.
So when you picture him, what are you thinking?
Millhouse.
Right, okay.
I think he looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He's
working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
Oh, I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal, yes.
Do you think that when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed as
You've got to take Paul the party animal. Because I bet he's got millions of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky, it's his thing. And it is fairly interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women. And he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking... It's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in, yeah, okay. So what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it? Just
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
No, don't worry. What'll happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human.
So you've made this sort of low penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
Okay, well, I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
and that is exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a piece of mechanical action.
Talking of eating knobs, Carol Thatcher, you know, a daughter of one of our leaders.
Sure.
Well, you saw her in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth, chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh.
Kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get... It was so tough, she couldn't even get through it. And then she... eventually she eats it.
What was it, like a pepperoni?
Yeah. And she... What do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right?
Yeah.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How do you know?
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, I couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right, they're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Sure. Right.
Which is worse, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Dec said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, give us a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening,
right.
Have it ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you know, you
don't want to eat animal genitals on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could...
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
just cut that there. We'll loop that. If any DJs are listening, just take that quote. I could eat a knob at night by Karl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah, I think maybe you're sort of a house producer, and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going, and then we could just send that out to some of the gay clubs. I'm sure it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone send us, you know, that looped with a nice little, you know, funky house beat. Karl Pilkington saying I could eat a knob at night.
But don't you see what I'm saying, though? The way the world... We've changed more than the world has. We can't handle anything now, can we? Look at it, like I say, a bit of snow, a bit of cold, everything comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go out, it's dangerous, you'll slip over, people having time off work.
Yeah. What would you do, right? If you run a business, right, your business could go under, right? It snows a bit, you've got 10 employees, you're paying them well, and they go, I can't come in today, Carl, a bit icy. I'll do it, okay? Right, they're snowed in, right? You're running the business. What are you running?
It's a... let's not... I'm not going to big myself up. It's just it's a factory. It's U-bends. U-bends. U-bends for...
Toilet. So you run a... Okay, right, okay. So plumbing, you pay them all right, don't you?
I'd say most of them are on above average.
So you're there. What time do you get in?
About 8:45.
8:45, waiting for them to come in at 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, it's snowing. It's a bit snowy, you got there. It took you a bit while. You'd set off early, did you? Or?
Gave myself a bit more time because I had to put the heating on the car.
Okay, ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello, KP Plumbing.
Oh, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Who's that?
Oh, it's Sheila. Listen.
Sheila, shouldn't you be here by now?
Yeah, no, I was going to set off.
We'll set off now. Stop wasting time. We've got a big order on.
No, I know.
We're all on a bonus here if we get this done. I'll see you in 10 minutes, shall I?
I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it.
Why not?
The car won't start and it's slippy on the drive. I just can't get out.
Get the transport. I'll see you in... I'll give you 20 minutes, all right? Don't worry about it. Thanks for calling. I'll see you in a bit.
I'm also scared of the ice. I'm scared of the ice. I'm not gonna come in today. It's dangerous.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna wait until the ice and snow goes away, and then I'm gonna come in.
But they're predicting it's gonna be about 2 weeks before they clear all this.
I can't really travel in this. It's a bit dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. You stay at home. I'll replace you. Because I need someone to come in with
a big...
What,
you're firing me because I can't get into work with this...
Well, I got into work, Sheila.
Yeah, I know, but you don't live with me, do you? If you did live with me, then you'd probably see...
It was bad where I was as well.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Do you know how bad it is here? When you come round and have a look how bad it is here, you drive my... Tell you what, you come round and drive my fucking car because I'm snowed in, you fucking calling me a cunt. And I'll tell you, if you fire me, I'll take you to drive uni, you bald-headed wanker.
Right, you're fired anyway for that.
You're in fucking trouble then.
Right then, see ya. Right, and then she's done with. She's weak anyway.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
KP Plumbing.
Hiya, is that, Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Hi, it's Bob here.
Bob.
Yeah, bit of trouble. in my area, it's absolutely snowing. It's possible. No one's getting out. I live near Sheila.
Bob, listen, Sheila's just been on. She's saying she can't get in either.
She can't. I've just seen her out there trying to dig her car out, and she's hurt her back. She's really tried hard to get to work, but she can't do it because she's not very rich and her car doesn't work. She hasn't got the right tyres. And there's no public transport. They've cancelled those. Wrong snow on this country. I'm not going to make it in today, son. So I'll see you tomorrow, right, boy?
Well, no, you're saying you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you'll probably call up tomorrow with the same thing.
Well, only if it's snowing still.
Now, listen,
it might not
I can't run a business like this, Bob.
Yeah, it's not my fault, is it, really?
So go round to Sheila's and like, slag me off if you want. But I'll tell you what, you're not coming back here. Oh. Fuck off. One chance. Give them one chance.
Well, you didn't even give them one chance.
No, because they've done it before.
TV.
Seriously, what about this?
We're not going to sort that out today.
Idiot abroad. Fool's gold. I give you $1 million to spend, and you've got 1 year to make $2 million.
I've got to double $1 million.
Yeah. You can gamble. You can put it all on a horse, or you can put a little bit on a horse. You go to Dragon's Den. You go. Look, I've got an idea. Clippable mug. What about the tie with like you can carry scissors in and stuff?
That's already out there.
Is it? What was the first thing you do with that? If I said you've got a year to make 1 million and you've got this million,
just do loads of stuff.
Go on then. What's the first thought? What you do?
Antiques and buy antiques, flog them on, art. Right. Or buy a house in Bulgaria.
What do you know about
Whoa. You're going to buy a house in Bulgaria? That's your first thought. How much is the house in Bulgaria?
100 grand.
Right, how much do you want to sell it for?
I'm going to sell it for 200, I'm going to do it all.
You're going to double your money on a house within a year?
Easy.
You've got to make 130.
No, I'm spinning plates here. This is
what else?
So you've got to keep flying to Bulgaria to check on the
I've got the local builders on it.
Right. In Bulgaria?
Yeah, plate spinning.
Right.
Antiques on the go. I'm buying scratch cards.
You're buying scratch cards?
I buy a load of scratch cards.
How many?
5,000 scratch cards.
Right.
I'd have some kids doing that. I'd say, right, you can have a £5.
You're giving it to...
I haven't got time. I'm giving it them to do.
This is the worst idea I've ever heard. My million's gone, isn't it?
Yeah,
no, it hasn't.
I mean, I've just...
It hasn't. If you've got money, you make money. That's a fact.
Where is Bulgaria?
It's somewhere. I know Bulgaria is good for property. I've seen a lot of property programs.
That's what I do. I just watch.
No. There's a lot of things that you can do with property, antiques. I'm buying classic cars and doing them up.
So you're doubling your money on a classic car in a year?
Yeah, but I've made stuff. I've made inventions.
What have you done?
I do the Dragon's Den. Like you say, the clippable mat idea. Like, you have your cup there, but look at that saucer. Every time I have a little bit of tea, I'm talking to you, I've got to go like that. I've got to look exactly where I'm putting it again.
Right.
The clippable mat is stuck on. It's attached to it at all times.
That's ridiculous.
I'm talking to you. How's it going? And if I want, I don't have to put it down there, I can put it down there. I'm not limited as to the surface that I can put it on. It's attached. It's washerproof. Dishwasher proof. It's an idea.
I'm out.
This is good. Cools you down. That's going to give you a headache, not get rid of one. Look how complicated it is just for a toilet. You have the skill of Bill Gates. Just have a shit. You can't do any of that. Can't do that stuff. But it's a robot. It's a crisp picker-upper. If you want some crisps but you don't want to get crisps on your hands, you use a crisp picker-upper.
I like the fact that you've got a bit of a rebellious streak in you sometimes. You go off-road. And I called you when you were in Japan, and you dropped this bombshell that you've finally decided the one thing you want to do before you die. And that was to invent something. And you said it's because you wanted to leave a legacy, which I thought was brilliant.
Well, just because you're dead longer than you're alive, aren't you?
OK.
I'm coming up with stuff all the time. That's why I think this is my strength that hasn't been used yet. I can't do this sort of thing, really, this sort of job of being on the telly. Look at Dyson. It's only a vacuum cleaner, yet he's up there with Einstein and everything. He's well rated, just for a vac. And I reckon I can come up with something better than that. It doesn't have to be a cure for cancer. I'm not going to come up with that. All I can do is come up with something that I needed at the time and that I think other people will go, do you know what, that's a bloody good invention.
So something that benefits mankind?
Yes.
OK.
He pitched me the idea over the phone, and I said, I'm out.
OK, well, pitch it to me now, then.
Right. In Japan, they don't have these...
You mean they don't have...
chairs?
They don't have chairs?
Yeah, of course they have chairs.
You try finding one. You sit on the floor all the time. When you go in a restaurant, you sit down cross-legged. You get a flat arse and your legs ache.
Yep.
Right?
So you've invented what?
It's the Pilko pump pant.
I'm sorry, the Pilko pump pant?
It's a pair of pants with a cushion built in the arse.
The inflatable pant stops your arse from getting wet. For men or women. Do you know the thing you put on your neck when you're on long flights?
Yeah.
I've used that. That isn't how the finished thing would look when I make it. You know, this is a prototype. Pilko pant.
Excellent.
I sold some on a shopping channel. You're slagging them off, you're saying I'm out. Watch this.
But this is the lovely man I was talking about. It is our lovely Karl to bring you some trousers.
All right, how's it going?
Hello.
Good one, good one. Morning, everyone. Hope you're well. It's the pants we're selling today. Look at that. Not bad, that, is it? You've come on the telly to flog me a pair of pants. We know about pants. We've seen pants before. You haven't, have you? You haven't seen these pants. It's that bit there, that's the seller. That's what we're here for. That's what we're talking about. It's the Pilko pump pant. The way it works is you've got a big zip, a good quality zip. Look at that. Doesn't stick. It's a quality zip. Quality zip. All right? Open it. There it is. There's the cushion. You might have one of these already. Shove it in there. You know you're going to be sat down for a while. You're waiting for that order of the sofa. You're waiting at the bus stop. You haven't got a seat because the queue's big. The buses are delayed. Where you're going to sit. But the beauty is you can sit where you want. Sit on concrete. Sit on the road. Not on the road. That's dangerous. Sit on the pavement. Sit on grass. How good is that? And there's only 15 pairs available. 15 pairs in the whole world. Do you want to be one of the 15?
Still 15 left.
To have the Pilko pump pant.
Look at him. Look at him in them.
There you go.
It's terrible.
Show you how easy it is again.
It looks like some sort of medical procedure, doesn't it?
That's what people would think if they saw you walking in.
They think that you think you've had your arse removed.
Get rid of that. Look at that for a pocket. Look at that. Like I say, we're carrying more and more stuff around with us.
Think of carrying stuff in that.
Your arse rattling around with stuff, mobile phones, football.
Laptops, iPads, all that lot.
Fruit.
Look at that. Look at the size of that
Who's
pocket.
putting a laptop in their arse?
Bread. You nip out to the shop.
Milk, loaf,
you
bread.
don't buy a carrier bag. They're charging you 5 pence a bag at the moment at the supermarket.
Yeah.
No, I'm not buying a bag. You just turn round at the cash point, stick your milk in there, stick your bread in there, off you go. A big, big pocket. You've got this. Health and safety these days. You've got that in there. You like a walk. Maybe buy some for your young kid. You're walking by the canal. He falls in. Is he a good swimmer? I don't know. You tell me. But if he falls in, he's got something to keep him buoyant.
Upside down, like that. He's like that. He's drowning.
Like it might be
corpse.
I'm just saying the possibility that it could help you out if you fall in a canal, a lake, a river. Anything else? Anything else goes. Hang on, let's see how the orders are going. Have we had anyone calling in yet? 2 people on the phone. What do they want? Do they want to talk to me, or is that just... They've gone. We've sold them. Job done. Brilliant. Cheers for that, everyone. These are how they look in real life.
This is the Pilky pump pant.
Pilko pump pant.
Yep.
OK. I mean, it looks ridiculous. It does look ridiculous.
So does most fashion these days.
OK, no, good, yeah, no, yeah, if it was... Yeah, no, you're right, yeah, it's all arbitrary.
Sit down. Why sit
Well, here's the chair, you don't need a chair. That's doubled up. You must be too comfortable. Sit on the floor.
All right.
Sit on the floor there, because that would be...
And I suppose particularly useful if you've had a finger up the arse.
Right, there you go. So...
Right.
Yeah.
Dead comfy.
Yeah.
Really comfy.
Karl, can you go and bring me my sort of bread and milk and stuff that
Have you got 5 pence for a carry bag?
I haven't, no.
Well, I haven't. Hang on, don't worry about that. See you in a minute. What did you want? Bread and milk?
Some groceries, yeah.
Look, imagine walking down the street wearing that.
Absolutely ridiculous. Karl, it looks... fucking ridiculous.
He doesn't know.
It does. It looks
like that.
No one will walk down the street like that.
Hang on.
Hold on, Carl. I bought you
No, look,
Carl.
There's no restrictions.
I've bought you a couple of cups and saucers. Yeah. Can you take? I bought you these for you.
Got a bag?
I haven't got a bag. No, just pop them in there.
Pop them in.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah, just. Oh, I can.
Shove them in.
Yeah, just put them in there. There you go. They're safe for that. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go.
Run for the bus, mate.
Quick! Run! Quick! Suzanne's at home. Oh, here comes Carl.
Here comes Carl with our new crockery.
Honestly, that isn't pulling me down or anything. That is fine.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
No, well, you'd bubble wrap them normally, wouldn't you?
Oh, God!
Unbelievable.
I had an injection to sort of protect me from dirty chimps. Learn English, all pulled together. Anyway, what was my point?
In a few words, your gut reaction.
Yeah, gut reaction isn't wise, because it still hasn't settled since all these places. I don't think that's going to have a clue.
Right.
A little bit of a blob with a head on it. I mean, really weird looking stuff that you go, I don't know what it's doing in the world. In the end, they ate one.
Oh, God! To be quite honest, I thought it'd be a bit more virile. Even though he's 23, his penis is actually 102. Why does he have that put on? Why does he have it put on?
Is this any use? I don't know what this is.
No, nothing wants your penis.
You'd be surprised. Honestly, there's some weird stuff out there. Now everyone's saying to me, you've seen the Amazon? That's amazing. Well, how come the stuff that lives in it doesn't want to live in it? You'd rather live in my knob than live in the river. So you're telling me that I'm meant to be lucky. That's what I'm saying. Nowhere's safe.
Bring Suzanne, your girlfriend, back anything from this trip?
Yeah, I got her like a turtle like you blow into its arse and it makes a tune, but she hasn't played with that. They make everything weird. That's what I'm worried about.
Expand on this. I don't understand what you mean.
Everything. Chicken. Why is it orange in Chinatown? Just the slightest thing. The chicken is orange.
I'll just give Suzanne some
No,
flowers.
because she'd be going, oh, aye, what's been going on? If I built her that, she'd be going, what's been going on? Are they the oldest thing on the world?
I told you, he needs an absolute.
They've got that there every day when they leave the house. They see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there again. Sick of seeing it. It's like a pylon to them, that. You get sick of it. Oh, hello, Dad. I've been there for a bit.
Oh, what are you talking like that for, Carl? How's Suzanne?
I'm not with her anymore.
What is?
Don't look. If you're going like that, that's more of a worry. If you're not happy looking a knob in the face, there's something wrong. You should be comfortable with it. Just there you go.
It's a good rule of thumb.
I learned that babies in China, a lot of them have square heads.
Right, go on.
We're going to kill this kid if you don't give us the 5 million.
How can
We're
you call
getting
him a
sick
kid?
of him.
Why? What's he doing?
He's just shouting Congress tart. Give him the money. Give us the money.
Okay.
I wouldn't have got him to call you, actually. There's no way. There's no way. So to be a Hell's Angel, you've got to shit in your pants.
Of your mum giving you.
So shit in your pants and keep them on for a week. So, yeah, my dad said me Auntie Nora could have joined then. But,
So, oh, fuck me. You are the strangest man on the planet.
you haven't been to China.
Thank you. Good night.
See you later.
Oh.
Done.
Hello, I'm Ricky Gervais. I'm here in London, in my office, but I'm not writing another award-winning series. No, I'm chilling out with my friend. Look who it is. It's only Elmo.
Hi, everybody. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. Throw money. That's a little joke.
Well, Elmo, I've invited
Can
you...
you sit? I'm a little low. Can you put him up on the couch?
Do you want that? There you go.
Oh, quick, thank you.
You all right?
Yeah, Elmo's good. Elmo's so happy to see you here. And Elmo's so happy to be in London, too.
Well, last time we met, we were in New York, weren't we? On Sesame Street.
Where Elmo lives, yeah.
Where you live, and it was a great pleasure. I actually cited meeting you as the highlight of my career.
Really? Elmo feels sorry for you, Mr. Gervais.
I don't get out enough, do I?
No.
Now, Elmo, it was...
Something there.
You know they're my pyjamas.
Really? You work in your pajamas?
Well, you were in your pyjamas
Boy, he
last
must
time.
be really important.
Exactly.
You can wear whatever you want to wear.
I know. I can do what I want here. It's my office.
Excuse
This is my town. And when I was there, I noticed that you were surrounding yourself with, like, weird things. Little monsters and strange...
Oh, Mr. Gervais, we don't call them weird.
No, but...
They're family.
But they're not sort of normal, are they, really?
Well, no.
They're all different shapes and sizes,
and colours,
funny voices and that. But I've got a little surprise for you. Because I've got my own little weird friend that I think you should meet, that I think you'll get on with.
Really?
It's only Warwick Davis.
Mr. Warwick Davis?
Come on. Oh, there you go. Look.
Oh, you get that done to you too, huh?
Fine, there we are. I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Oh, this is great.
Oh,
Should we sing this? Good to see you.
It's good to meet you as well. Hiya. Wow. Fantastic. It's just good to be here.
Yeah.
Right, Ricky. Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah. He's got a little suit on.
Yeah.
We could get you something like this, couldn't we? A little furry outfit or something.
No, I've done the furry outfit.
Oh, Elmo, what do you think of him?
Well, Elmo thinks you're wonderful. I'm gonna see you in a bunch of movies.
I know he'd like you.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. I knew they'd get along.
It's so good to meet you.
Look at this.
There we
I
are.
can't believe why not.
Together, all
Oh,
together.
God.
Good.
Oh.
Hey, Mr. Ward, will you come to Sesame Street?
Oh, I'd love to see
No,
that.
very much
You
like
put him in a little
yeah,
dustbin or something.
No,
and
I'd
he-
have to be in a little...
A little pop-up, a little dustbin.
But
And you'd get to meet, like, interesting people, because they have big guests on there. And they go, look, do you want to meet Elmo? Yeah, hello, Elmo. And they go, do you want to meet Grover? Yeah, hello, Grover. Look who's in the bucket. It's Warwick Davis. Oh, yeah. It's Warwick Davis in the bucket. We love Warwick Davis in the bucket. Oh, God. Oh.
Boy, this is such a wonderful surprise, Mr. Gervais.
I know. See?
Thanks for bringing Mr. Warwick.
You can't keep him, though, because he's got to go back to... where do you live?
I live in a house.
Oh, I'd love to see that little house.
It's not little, you can imagine it.
Oh, God. Oh. Say goodbye, everyone. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say goodbye.
It's so nice to meet you, Mr.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. We'll
Mr.
chat
Warwick.
later.
Yeah, kiss him if you want.
Don't you?
Go on. Kiss him.
I went to, what's her name? Harley Street. I went for a checkup. And, like a medical. Posh, you know Harley Street, it's like it's the top doctors, isn't it? I've never been before.
Yeah.
All posh buildings and that. Went up to the counter. I said, I see the doctor. They said, name, yeah. Give us 10 minutes, go and wait in the waiting room. Dead posh waiting room. Dead fancy. Big leather furniture and that.
Yep.
Loads of magazines. I mean, like a newsagent's. In the middle of the room on a table. Loads of them. So I'm looking through, and there's the top quality ones. Your Esquire, GQ, Classy, Yacht Weekly, all that. Country Life. Boys.
Boys?
There's one there, yeah. Boys. What's that? Right, lifted up like the one on top of it. And it's like Boys with a Z. Two fellas stood there. Looking, sort of Italian looking.
Yeah. Right.
Dungarees on.
No shirt, though.
No shirt, just dungarees sort of unbuttoned, hanging down a little bit.
Sure.
So no one else is about. I'm never going to buy a magazine like that.
I can't believe you're going to tell us you looked through a magazine.
I had a little look, just because I thought, like I say, it's one
You're
chance.
always looking to learn, aren't you? You're always looking to learn.
Yeah.
Always open, there might have been something in there that I go, right, I get it now, I understand why they like doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So she said I was going to, 10-minute wait. I can have a quick flick through. Picked it up, had a look. Still none the wiser.
Why?
Well, what did you see when you opened it up?
Just loads of. I mean, like I've said to you before about, I don't know why you like looking at knobs when they've got one of their own.
Right.
There's no
right.
surprises there. You're not going to go. Oh, yeah,
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
nice. Some had like car oil on the face. Knob out.
Yeah.
There was someone sat on like one of them square things of hay.
Oh yeah, a
Sat
bale.
there, like sort of sat on it, straddling it.
Yeah, that must have been uncomfortable.
Again, knob out.
Yeah, just looking like it's normal.
That's
Sort of
crazy.
like
No
that.
farmer walks around like that.
What was the other one? There was motorbike. They always like them.
Yeah.
And I'm going through and then like the content is all puns.
Right.
Everything was to do with knob.
Right.
That's the only bit they're interested in the male body.
Look at this bloke
It's
straddling
not-
this huge throbbing thing. The bike's not bad either.
Yeah, all that,
yeah.
loads of them. It was just all, just cock, just 100%. Like let's just talk about the knob.
That's a good name for a gay magazine.
100% cock.
100% cock.
Did it not at any moment sort of maybe slightly unnerve you that the doctor might come in and see you reading boys?
No, because I wasn't.
What about if I walked through? Because I remember once when you were in hospital about to have a tube going down your knob and you were sitting in your pants with stockings on and I walked through and you were horrified. So what if I'd have walked in then and went,
Yeah,
Carl, what are you
I
doing?
would have just said, look at this. Look at this, it's free.
And I've said, why did you bring that with you?
No, I would have just said, look, does it look like I brought it with me? Look at this.
Yes, it does.
Well,
Because
what-
I've never.
what? So you
Because
look
I
at-
would never see. You would never see a gay magazine in a doctor's waiting room. So I think you bought that and pretended that it was there.
That's the thing. I was amazed by that because there was no there was no Mayfair or anything. They just catered for like if you wanted a bit of knob action. It was really. I could have complained.
Sure.
So if you're gonna have this, where's a bit of the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a bit of this. Where's a bit of the other?
I know one of the things that they had, and I thought they're really struggling with like ideas. They had a Sukoko.
As in Sudoku.
Yeah.
Sukoko.
Surely Sadico is better.
No, because it was like Sukoko.
Yeah, but it's Dick as well.
Subdico.
Yeah.
What? And it was still a Sudoku style puzzle, but it just had that name.
Yeah. It's just
So
everything.
It was just Sudoku, but called Coco. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Now, if I was gay, do you know like
Let's
you
have
say?
a game of Lubo. Let's have a game of Knobopoly.
Noberation.
Noberation. Let's have a game of chess. Cock. Let's have a game of fuckaroo.
Well, that works for either sex.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how we spend our
Okay, then.
Christmases.
Fuck a poo.
Oh, God.